The New York Jets are basically playing at 1 o'clock for every game all season. How did they possibly get screwed on the rest differential? How does that make any sense? I don't know. We'll talk about that. Wait a second. Aaron Rodgers is back? For real this time? Boy Green Daily starts now.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time. To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Essen Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show. Also available wherever you get your podcasts. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Shout out to the people that are watching live in any of those locations. If you rewatch this YouTube show, we love you too. And the audio is exclusively on the Believe Network. That is BLEAV. And wherever you listen to your podcast, shout out to the people on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you are. Make sure you guys rate and review the show. Shout out to Believe for believing in me and bringing me over to the network. It's been absolutely spectacular. And hell, the guest list the last 2 weeks, Chris Streveler, who just retired this offseason talking Jets, Blake Jones, the NFL's senior director of broadcasting, working for the National Football League, helped put the Jets schedule together, Bucky Brooks. I mean, we've been killing it. But the next guest is one of my favorite guests, so let's bring him in. It's our NFL Insider Extraordinaire who had a recent alteration called an audible at the line of scrimmage. Little can action. We'll talk about that here on the show, too. Talk Jets and all more. NFL Insider Matt Lombardo graces us with his presence on a beautiful Sunday morning. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Paul. I got my special Jets green shirt here, ready to roll into the spring and summer weather. And I wanted to offer a heartfelt congratulations to you, my friend. I saw the Believe announcement come across the Instagram feed of all places about a week or two ago. I meant to say something online, felt it would be more meaningful to say it in person. Congratulations, well deserved. That's exciting. I love seeing your growth. You're like a rocket ship off of the launch pad here, and on to bigger and better things at Believe. So congratulations to you for that. It's well earned.
Thank you, sir. I would have appreciated it whether that message was delivered by pigeon carrier, smoke signal, mailman, but in person does have a secret special sauce. So Matt Lombardo, thank you for delivering that. That's beautiful. Other beautiful things in the universe is like when people give Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. I mean, what better way to say I love you than to gift a Boy Green Coffee Club membership? It's the greatest gift. And by the way, our female demographic just increased. Whoa, okay. I guess they have that set to loop. That's good to know. Only one membership gifted there. We'll check on that later. Amanda Madison, you are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Again, female demographic up. I'm a girl dad. Of course. Yes. Let's bring more women onto Boy Green Daily. I'm all about it. So salute. Thank you, MFC. Mother effing chew. You just increased your raffle ticket prizes for this month. We'll get more into that here in a little bit. So, Matt, there's a lot to get to. And I first off just want to get your take on this. The Jets were one of only 5 NFL teams that did not receive a primetime game. They're obviously not the only one this year. There were multiple teams last year that didn't. The Saints were on that list. The Raiders were on that list. There was a bunch of teams last year that didn't get it either. If you're a Jets fan, is this good news or bad news that you're not in primetime?
Yeah, what I thought was really interesting about this is I saw a column by Mike Florio over at Pro Football Talk with a quote, really interesting quote from Mike North, the VP of Broadcasting, who said, quote, "We don't draft our way into primetime. We play our way into primetime." Now, that quote was about the Las Vegas Raiders, but I think there's a very clear parallel to draw to the Jets here. Right? Because if one game goes a different way, Fernando Mendoza is a New York Jet and they have their quarterback. But having the quarterback didn't even rescue the Raiders from not having a primetime game. So I think that when you look at the Jets' trajectory, sign a few more big name free agents next year, draft Arch Manning or whoever your quarterback's going to be early on. Maybe you can go from being a 4 or 5 win team in 2026 to being an 8 or 9 win team in 2027. And in 2028, you'll see some more primetime games. But for this immediate season coming up, if I'm a Jets fan, I kind of like the idea of having as many 1 o'clock games as I can because I know what I'm doing. I know that I can, take the wife and kids to a brunch and sit down. By 1 o'clock, I watch the game. 4 o'clock, I flip over to the Boy Green Daily post-game show, and maybe I go apple picking, or maybe I go and I get some wings for dinner, and I settle in for this Sunday night game. But I know my plans, I know my routine, and you're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. So I wouldn't be too upset about not having the primetime games on the schedule.
Yes, and I did see that from Mike North, and I thought that was interesting. Almost like that sometimes people speak to other people if the message is in a different tone, like head coaches at press conferences. It's not all they may directly be talking to the media, but sometimes the message goes beyond the people in the room. And I heard Mike North somewhere else say basically like, hey, you play your way into primetime. You have to earn your place. So beyond, you don't just draft it. That's not how it works, or sign it or this or that. Like, you have to earn your way. And quite frankly, if the Jets fans are being honest with themselves and looks in the mirror, like, they have not performed well in general. And then specifically on primetime, it hasn't been great. So I don't blame the NFL gods for not doing it. I thought for sure they were at least going to get one just because they're the Jets. And they had the last time the Jets have not had a primetime game, a true primetime game, was 1981. So we're like on a 45-year streak, for God's sakes, up until this year. So it had happened always at least once. So that did surprise me. But hey, to me, if I'm Aaron Glenn, this is the ultimate motivation to feed my team. Now, Blake Jones wasn't willing to say this. He's the NFL Senior Director of Broadcasting. He's in the room there with Mike North. And I tried to set him up like, he could give me a great quote here. So I said, so we address, no primetime games. And he explained sort of the process. I'm like, okay. So, Blake, are you guys sending a message to the Jets? Like, hey, buddy, you want primetime games? You better sack up and go get this thing. I said, oh, yeah, come on, Blake. I set you up here. Dunk the basketball. And he went like, whoa, we don't want to put a challenge out there. That's not what we're saying. But Mike North was a little bit more blunt when I heard him on other podcasts talking about it. So it feels, whether they say it or not, I think they say it with what they're not saying. Obviously, the National Football League does not believe in the Jets. I have a column dropping at some point today about that very topic, that the NFL has clearly stated to the Jets, we don't believe in you. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, I think there's part of that at play, but then you just look at the schedule and you look at the primetime games and who are the teams that lead the way in primetime matchups? It's the
Rams.
Los Angeles Rams. Yeah. It's the Chicago Bears. It's the Green Bay Packers. Those are teams that I know that the Packers and the Bears are on the Jets schedule. I want to touch on that in a second here, and a wrinkle that really popped out to me on the Jets schedule specifically. But if you're looking at the Bears and you have primetime games and you're playing at Philadelphia and you have a Christmas night game against the Green Bay Packers, eventually, as excited and as bullish as I am on the Bears and Caleb Williams, and I think that they're a team that could really make a run, if you're the NFL, is Jets Bears all that compelling? Is it more compelling than Bears Packers? Is Packers Jets more compelling than Packers Rams? Certainly not. And I think that the Mike North quote is very telling, because you have to look at this from a national audience. There are some nice young players on the Jets roster. There aren't a lot of compelling superstars. There's not a lot of drawing power. There's not that Patrick Mahomes that you're tuning into. There's not a Caleb Williams. There's not a Saquon Barkley, right? There's not a Micah Parsons that you're tuning in to see. So win some games, get yourself into the playoff conversation this year, build some excitement, and we'll see what happens next year.
Now, you guys may not be aware of this. Like on the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, right? He's got the Roots. He's got like a band ready to play something at any moment. I see my father has chimed in to say the return of Geno Smith at quarterback doesn't quite have the same punch. So the drummer in the background, ba-da-ba. Thank you, Pop, for working that in with the sucker punch of one Geno Smith 11 years ago. Thank you for bringing that back up. Really appreciate that. So, Pop, creative. Love it. There you go. Dad jokes still out there in the universe. And I see that, hey, this option's always available, and sometimes people take advantage. We have had a 4-pack of memberships that were gifted via Venmo. see you in the four walls, people. YouTube takes 30% of every dollar that comes through here, which is less than ideal. But when you guys Venmo, there's no fee whatsoever. So T-Town Jet, you picked up your 2 raffle tickets today, and you did it a few days ago, just as we're ending the show. So I'll give you your shout out right now. 4 raffle tickets added to your pile. So T-Town Jet, salute. Appreciate that coming in on the old Venmo. That is at the end of the scrolling ticker. So if you guys ever want to take advantage of that to send in your raffle tickets, just say what your username is, because some people don't use their real names on the show, and just say, hey, this is raffle tickets for Boy Green Daily. There it is right there as it's scrolling by at BoyGreen25 on PayPal, Venmo. Make sure you guys take full advantage. Appreciate that. Thank you, T-Town Jet. And, some more memberships being gifted. Derek, the Kansas Jets fan. Yes, we got Jet fans all over the universe. Matt Lombardo. Oh, baby, this is going to be quite a show. I can already feel it. Mr. Matt Lombardo, a membership being gifted to Brian J. You're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. And shout out to Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, for adding another raffle ticket to his pile. That is 8 raffle tickets so far this month. You guys are lovely. Keep it rolling, and I will show you your prizes later for the raffle coming up this month. And the like button is free, folks. Hit that like button as you're here on the show. We'll mix in some more Jets, obviously, throughout our conversation here, Matt Lombardo, but he is back. Wait, what's today? So Sunday. So randomly on a Saturday night, I'm just on Twitter, grabbing other things. I'm like, wait a second. What? There's news? All right, hit it, people. Hit it. I guess Aaron Rodgers is now back. We thought he was back a couple weekends ago. Just kidding. He's not. He's just sightseeing Pittsburgh for some random reason. And then now he signs a 1-year deal yesterday with some decent money. He got a huge raise over last year, a 1-year deal with a maximum value of $25 million. So former Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers is officially back. And he will be apparently reporting to OTAs this upcoming week with the Steelers. Your reaction was what to that news, Matt Lombardo?
Personally annoyed, because I had scratched out most of the column for tomorrow at betweenthehashmarks.com built around Aaron Rodgers' will he, won't he game of chicken that he played last season, that he seemed to be playing this season when he visited Pittsburgh last week, didn't visit the team, and then kind of went into hiding for a week. And of course, at 9:30 at night on a Saturday, he re-signs with the Steelers. So we have to rework some things there. Do check out the column, though. Extensive conversation with James Franklin about Drew Aller and what he brings to the Steelers, why the Steelers might be a good landing spot for him, kind of with the backdrop of all of this Aaron Rodgers drama playing out. The general theme of the column is the general theme of my thoughts here, Paul. The Steelers didn't have to do this. The Steelers didn't need to hitch their wagon, let alone pay a $25 million toll for the privilege to do so, to a 42-year-old quarterback who struggled down the stretch last season, failed to surpass 250 passing yards in 4 of the 5 final games, I believe it was, and the only reason that they made the postseason was because a well-intentioned priest spritzed some holy water in the end zone where Tyler Loop missed a field goal that would have punched the Ravens' ticket to the postseason. They didn't have to do this because the Steelers finally had 2 young quarterbacks in Will Howard and Drew Aller that they could have developed over the summer, played this season to evaluate, figured out if they needed to go and get a quarterback next year in a deep quarterback class, and instead they're going to spin their wheels and go 8-9 or 9-8, maybe make the playoffs again, and pay Aaron Rodgers $25 million. So that's kind of where I am on this. I don't see the upside in playing Rodgers. I don't see the upside on bringing him back. And I think that it's really counterproductive, especially him coming in during OTAs. You're taking reps away from Aller and from Howard this spring, where you could have evaluated and developed them a little bit. So none of this makes sense at all.
No, it doesn't. And you just plugged it, Matt. So let's work it into the conversation. Some people may have noticed it. It was a subtle difference. But beneath your name, Matt Lombardo, is betweenthehashmarks.com, which I will put up in bold letters right here on the screen for our visual viewers here on the show. And for our audio-only listeners, it's www.betweenthehashmarks.com. Can you walk us through this recent change? And again, there is a direct link in the YouTube description down below for people to check out something that's fresh in a way, but it's you still. So we're not losing any of Matt Lombardo, but the locale is slightly altering. Can you explain, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, there was a lot of thought process that went into this. I left the Substack platform this past week, and there were a lot of reasons. I heard you just mention that YouTube takes a 30% commission off of every transaction into memberships of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Well, Substack takes 10% of every transaction. That's monthly renewals, new signups of between the hash marks, and there were also some content things behind the scenes. There were some push notifications that went out to Substack subscribers to actual Nazi websites and newsletters that use the swastika as part of their branding. And I wasn't very comfortable being associated with that kind of content. I've had dozens of subscribers send me a note to tell me that they were canceling because of some of the things Substack had done as a platform, some of the content they've promoted. So we left. We left Substack. I now host the website and send out the newsletter on a platform called Beehive. But the website is betweenthehashmarks.com. It's me. So you have a relationship with me. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy the appearances here on the show, I would love if you come and check it out because it is a little bit of a stressful time. You leave behind all of these subscribers on Substack, and they came with, of course, but it's always moving is nerve-wracking. And if you enjoy independent NFL news media, if you enjoyed national coverage, come check out what we're building. Toss us a subscription, even just subscribe for free. Take us for a test ride and see what you think. But it's betweenthehashmarks.com. Less middlemen, and it's just me, Matt Lombardo.
Which is the reason why we all signed up in the first place. So if you guys want to take a gander, again, there's a direct link in the YouTube description down below. Support Matt. He has joined us during the season every week, during the off season around a lot of these tentpole events every other week, which has been great. So please support the lovely people that support this show. I think that makes a lot of sense. Again, the direct link down below, because I'm sometimes a raccoon with a shiny object. I promised something at the beginning of the show that I never mentioned, and now we're 17 minutes in, so my apologies. First off, Buenos Dias, Boy Green, and Max Dave. Yes, top of the morning to you, good sir. Appreciate that. But Mark Cicchetti brought it up. BG, you brought up the rest differential stats. Whoops, sorry. Meant to bring that up earlier, but I didn't. Shout out to ESPN's Rich Samini, who had it in his column this morning. So again, the Jets are not in any primetime games. You guys know this. We've talked about this the last couple of days, which again, it is what it is. They have 15 1 o'clock games this season. That is the most in franchise history. They've never had that many. And yeah, I know it sends a lot of us emotional, Matt. I can only understand. Yes, 51 o'clock. A lot of universe. The only two games that aren't are simply West Coast games, or they would have been. Arizona and LA are 1 o'clock their local time, but it's 4 o'clock and change here for those games, or it would have been all 17 1 o'clock games for the New York Jets. So you may say to yourself, Paul, how could we possibly have a negative net rest differential? That's a tongue twister. How could that be possible if you're always playing at 1 o'clock? Well, shout out to Rich Samini here. So they have a negative 10 net rest differential. According to ESPN research, that means they have 10 fewer days of rest than their opponents this season. That is the fourth worst differential in the league. The Chargers have the worst differential at negative 24.
That's bad.
Which is brutal.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and
go look at the teams they're coming off of short rest that the Chargers are. It's something like the Chiefs, the Broncos. I think there's an NFC playoff team in there. They're off of short rest. It's like they tried to expose Justin Herbert and the Chargers to the primetime audience. This is the double edge of that sword when you have primetime games. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of short weeks playing on Thursdays or Mondays. Mm-hmm. You're playing, playoff caliber teams that might be coming off their bye week. So Jets fans, I would enjoy the 1 o'clock window. And even though your team is 29th out of 32, the Chargers have something like negative 24 days of rest against the teams that they're playing against.
Yeah, which they do. And here's why the Jets are in the position they are at negative 10. The Jets have 2 games this season against opponents who are coming off their bye. So obviously you get that huge plus differential for them, negative for the Jets, because that means teams are ready for them. That is the Dolphins in week 7, the Cardinals in week 15. Those 2 teams will be respectively coming off their bye weeks heading into the Jets. So they have extra time to prepare. They also have 2 games against teams coming off a mini bye. That's the Detroit Lions in week 3 because they're playing the Buffalo Bills, of course, in week 2 Thursday night football, so they'll have extra time against the Jets. And then Cleveland Browns in week 5, who will be playing in a primetime game that week prior. So, yeah, that puts the Jets in a tough spot. The good news for the Jets is, and I don't mind this for this opponent, their best rest situation is the Jets coming off their own bye, which is week 13, the latest bye they've ever had in franchise history, to play the Denver Broncos in week 14. So get some extra time against the Broncos, which, by the way, the Jets are playing the Broncos for a 7th straight year this season, which is a very unique scheduling quirk. I talked to Blake Jones. You guys could go check out the interview. He explained he was surprised to hear that. Apparently, he didn't know that stat, so I just shared it with him. And he explained how that was possible, and he went through it. So apologies that it took 20 minutes for me to get to the rest differential stat I promised at the beginning. My apologies. And then real quick, I'll answer this question on all of this. Lou B. Super Jets fan, who, of course, we're going to have Gangrene Beach Club. More on that in just a few minutes. And he, B. Sprinter and Lou B. will be at the Jets, our tailgate this year. Maybe Matt Lombardo. More on that in the near future as well. But he says, if we took Jeremiah Love, do you think we would have a primetime game? And I'll definitely ask this question to Matt. For me, no. The Cardinals have Jeremiah Love, and they don't have a primetime game. So unless, and I get it, the New York market versus the Arizona market are different things, but if they didn't give the credence to Jeremiah Love, who is awesome, to the Cardinals, regardless of locale, I don't think that would have been, now we need to see Jeremiah Love. So I don't think so. But Matt, what do you think?
No, not at all. I want to get to one thing that's been on my mind about this Jets schedule. By the way, no, I don't think they would have got a primetime game with Jeremiah Love. Okay. I think that the NFL really stuck it to the Jets, not with the 1 o'clock primetime games, but there's a stretch at the end of, I believe it's week 2 through week 5, where the Jets play the NFC North back to back to back. Now, I happen to believe the NFC North is going to be the most competitive division in football. I'm a buyer of the Chicago Bears. I think that the Lions will be better. Packers are a bit of a wild card because of all of the transition and kind of the turnover at wide receiver. But that's just an abysmal stretch for any team to be saddled with. Those 3 teams in consecutive order, I can make a case that all 3 of those teams wind up in the playoffs in the NFC. But here's the other thing. Okay. It really feels like it almost feels like the Jets were an afterthought to the schedule makers. Does it not? Like, we're going to put together all of these teams, and where there's gaps, that's where their matchup with the Jets is going to go in. It just you're playing the Raiders and the Chiefs back to back, 2 division opponents who are going to be really good there. It just, I don't know, just no primetime games, sandwiching them into a 3-game stretch against the NFC North just seems like bad business for the Jets. Just the short end of the stick all around.
Yeah, 3 of the first 4 for the Jets are on the road. That's less than ideal. Then you go to week 9 through week 11. They play Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert back to back to back, and 2 of those are on the road. And in that stretch after the Raiders game, 3 of their next 4 are on the road again. So it's at Chiefs, at Chargers, at Dolphins with the home game against the Bills sandwich, and they're now at Dolphins. Take that for what you will. They're whatever, but still being on the road on one coast for the Chargers and then jumping to the other coast for an opposite road game in back-to-back weeks is less than ideal. But I'm curious your thoughts on this. You bring up the NFC North. This is the first time in, 12 years that the Jets have played 3 straight NFC North opponents. So sort of a unique oddity with the schedule. You see it there, weeks 2, 3, and 4. And for our audio-only listeners, of course, the Jets open the season against the Tennessee Titans, revenge game. Robert saw they couldn't help themselves. Week 2, home game for the Green Bay Packers. That's the home opener for the Jets. And then they're on the road throughout the rest of the month here at Detroit, at Chicago, back-to-back. Now, you tell me this, Matt, and just like to be straight, and you always do, no matter, if it's beneficial to the Jets or hurts the Jets, you always keep it straight, and I appreciate that. And the question is this, okay? So, yeah, Packers, Lions, Bears, that's less than ideal. But who has the advantage? So Aaron Glenn comes from the NFC North, so he knows a lot of these teams intimately well. He knows Ben Johnson, obviously. He worked with him on Detroit for many years, and he's in Chicago. Obviously knows Detroit even more intimately well than anybody because he was there with Dan Campbell. Who has the advantage? Does Aaron Glenn have the advantage, at some level of an advantage because he knows these teams, or vice versa? Because as much as he knows them, they know him. So that there is sort of potentially an advantage the other way as well.
Yeah, I almost think that At least in the case of Ben Johnson, I think he's going to have the advantage there because Ben Johnson will have the advantage because they work together. I just think he has more tools in the toolbox. It's just a better offense than what the Jets are running out there defensively. And I hate to say this to a Jets centric audience. I think we're seeing that Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator in Detroit, was a lot more competent because he had better tools as well than what we're seeing of Aaron Glenn, the head coach, so far in New York. Now, you went out, you spent big at a few spots in free agency. You hit it out of the park with David Bailey at number 3 overall. I think this is where we really get the chance to evaluate Aaron Glenn beginning this year. But I don't know that Glenn has an advantage over those coaches and those teams and those rosters because I think if they caught a break, Micah Parsons might not be back week 2.
Yeah. Nice.
And we saw what the Packers were without Micah Parsons defensively down the stretch last year. And if he is back, you're probably easing him into things. So I'd rather, if I'm the Jets, I'd rather get the Packers week 2 than week 4. Because by week 4, Parsons might be back and hitting the ground running.
Yeah, no, I think so too. So again, there are advantages and disadvantages. To your point, home opener against Green Bay, they've been a perennial playoff team the last couple of years, so they're a very difficult opponent. However, one of their best players, if not the best player, Micah Parsons, is likely not going to be available. There's been a lot of rumors about a PUP stint, which would take him out for the first month of the season, which obviously would make him ineligible for that game. So to me, that's very interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, no, good. Well, that's good in any relationship. Got to listen. You got head nod. And again,
I'm an active listener, Paul. Active listening.
Okay, tell me this. I don't know if you've cracked this code yet. If you have, I'd appreciate any insights on this. I'm never sure when I'm supposed to speak or not speak when I'm speaking to my spouse, right? So she comes in the room and she is venting like, oh my God, can you believe this situation? And I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to go, oh God. Oh, Brittany's such a blank. Or like I start presenting solutions. So she's like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, can you believe this? I'm like, well, if you just take the kerfluffle and goofa flabba, she's like, what? Shut up. I don't want to hear any of your crap. I'm just trying to talk to you here. I'm like, okay. So I'm never quite sure which role I'm supposed to hold. So Matt, you have a beautiful family. Have you cracked that Da Vinci Code yet?
Yeah, I go to therapy to try to figure out that code to be better at cracking that code. I haven't gotten the answer, but I will say, trying to help and trying to analyze the situation, as you just suggested you're trying to do. Don't try to analyze. Don't try to solve it. Sometimes I just need you to listen. I don't take my own advice. I don't take my therapist's advice. You try to fix things. Usually, you're going to make things a little bit worse.
Okay, that's probably accurate. Again, folks, you are listening right now or watching Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show. I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. That is NFL Insider Matt Lombardo. Between the hashmarks.com, there's a direct link in the YouTube description down below. And also, you could be listening to the audio-only version. Shout out to the Believe people. Look at this beautiful graphic they made.
That's awesome.
Boy Green Daily on the Believe Network. Rate and review wherever you listen to your audio podcast, which could be Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Either way, make sure you guys show your support. Appreciate that. Shout out to the fine folks over at the Believe Network. And Gangrene Beach Club is coming up, baby. Saturday, July 11th, GGBC. Go to gangrenebeachclub.com. Tickets are $25 a pop. It's going to be several Jets media members. It's going to be a lot of content creators. Wear green and white, baby. Boy Green's headed to Atlantic City. He's on that long list of wonderful people. There'll be a great party on July 11th from noon till 6. No jeans, 21 and over. We're going to have a good time. And apparently some sort of a Boy Green touch football game against some of the other content creators. So our team versus their teams. So it's going to be great. So again, guys, make sure you guys go to gangrenebeachclub.com, $25 a pop. It's going to be spectacular. That is, of course, Matt Lombardo's, son's birthday. So unfortunately, unless he picks priority, says, sorry, son, I'm going to Atlantic City. Bye-bye. So outside of that happening, Matt, we will have to see if we can connect the dots for perhaps the tailgate.
Yeah, that is an awesome event. I wish I could be a part of it. It's just unfortunate they fell when it will. We will be at Luca Beach Club at the local pool where we're going to have his birthday party. Maybe we'll have some touch football taking place at his party at Beach Club Luca, but I don't think it's going to be as wildly entertaining as the Gang Green Beach Club event is going to be. I'll be curious to hear on Sunday morning, though, how your shoulder held up, how your body held up, how sore you are after the beach football event, the touch football event that you will be taking part in. I will be cheering on the Team Boy Green from afar that day.
Yeah, because I remember a couple of years ago, which may be what you're referencing, is Field Yates had an injury when he was doing a beach club touch football event that required surgery to fix, and that went
he
viral.
like made his fantasy picks during the draft, like while on anesthesia, if I remember. It was wild.
Yes, yeah, it was crazy. And Adam Schefter was tweeting out these graphics of Field Yates surgery updates and injured and placed on IR. Will miss this many weeks and power through it. It was an absolute.
So if you're doing the show, from Shore Medical, if you are zooming into from Shore Medical that Sunday morning, I know something went horribly wrong.
That's exactly right. So hopefully no injuries whatsoever. I've only had the surgery really for the leg exploding. Besides that, I haven't really had many of those kind of injuries, which blessed be he. So hopefully that streak continues. But the older you get and tell my body, hey, we're playing football, and my body will tell me, are you sure you can still do this? I'm like, there's only one way to find out, body, as I have that conversation with myself, and we'll see what happens. So Saturday, July 11th, folks, make sure you guys tune in for that. It should be a real hoot. That is for certain. Matt, before we get out of here again, definitely feel free to give another Between the Hash Marks plug here and let us know what we got cooking. The off-season OTAs, mandatory minicamp, all that is coming over the next month.
Yeah, we are on the fast track to the regular season coming at us. Tomorrow, we have the Four Downs column. Every Monday, the biggest storylines as told by sources across the league. Up on the site right now is this past Friday's mailbag with insight on the impending NFL 18-game schedule coming down the pike, some thoughts on the Giants and what might happen to Joe Shane should they miss the playoffs again this year. We'll have the Between the Hashmarks podcast with Mike Tanier returning soon. All of that, if you want to jump on board, we're offering a unstacked special right now, 20% off forever. That's the price you lock in as a subscriber, whether you pay monthly, quarterly, annually. That's the price you'll pay forever as long as the site is around. We won't be jacking your prices there. So come check us out if you enjoy independent NFL journalism, you enjoy national coverage. There's a Jets flair certainly to it, especially in the mailbags where Paul jumps into the fray. But as always, I enjoy starting my Sundays with the coffee club. Nothing better. No better way to springboard my way into the rest of the week.
That's for sure. Matt, thanks for joining us, and we'll check back in down the road.
You got it, brother. Thanks for having me.
There he is, Matt Lombardo, our NFL Insider Extraordinaire. Again, guys, betweenthehashmarks.com in the YouTube description down below. We appreciate that very much. From the one and only, Matt Lombardo. All right, folks, let's do this. Let's take a quick TO, because up next is none other on a special weekend edition, as you guys may occasionally see. It's time for a takeover.
This is Jets Worldwide. Why?
Blasting marbles. What the hell? We got Johnny Boy, Snowball of the Jets Worldwide crew in their normal spot here on the weekend taking over. I saw your beautiful Friday episode with the International Fan of the Year, Ant-Man, who I got to meet at the draft, and so did Johnny Boy. What a guy. Terrific. So let's welcome you in officially here on a beautiful Sunday. Good morning, Snowball.
Happy Sunday. Very nice to see you. Listen, one note.
Okay.
I love Matt Lombardo, but that was not Jets green on his shirt.
Yeah, when he said that, I'm like, maybe it's the camera. I wasn't quite sure, so I'm highlighting it. I'm like, okay, maybe the general thought is there, but like,
I think that was more Dolphins teal than Jets green. But listen, I like the mention. So yes, again,
I appreciate you keeping it real, though.
I'm just an art teacher, and I teach colors, and Matt didn't learn his colors, so that's all right.
Apparently not. Before we get to Johnny Boy's introduction, you must have loved the Jets schedule release where they're mixing colors and beep boop bop. That must have been a real treat.
I can't deny nor confirm if I had any hand in giving that suggestion to the Jets organization,
or perhaps was that your hand?
That might have been my hand mixing the colors, but listen, I'm going to keep things on the down low, maybe about that. Yeah. I may have made a trip to one Jets drive prior to the season.
Okay. All right. I like that verbiage. And let's bring in your excellent co-host, Johnny Boy, to the program. Johnny.
Good morning, Boy Green. Good morning, Snowball. How is everybody on this beautiful, wonderful Sunday morning on Boy Green Daily?
Blessed.
Daily.
Yeah. Oh, am I allowed to take that? I thought that was patented or something.
Nobody. I mean, I've never heard of it. Boy Green Daily.
I just don't want your legal team sacking me, pal. So,
daily,
okay, great. All right, great. Let's make that a thing. I think
emulation is the biggest form of flattery. Right?
I have heard that once or twice, or seen that on a pillow crocheted in a doctor's office. So I appreciate that. Beautiful. Well, everybody, we've got 200 plus people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. This is the Jets Worldwide Team, JWW, with your spray paint cans out there in the universe. So make sure you guys show your support immediately here on the show. Here it is. That's a YouTube channel. Let's subscribe right now. That's youtube.com/@Jets Worldwide. All one word. Jets Worldwide.
All one word.
And make sure you guys check it out. Again, if you're watching right now on your computer, you can jump to your phone. If you're watching on your phone, you can jump to your computer, and you can do it right now to support our fine feathered friends and all their Jets coverage. And again, we'll talk about that Ant-Man interview you guys had on Friday, which is terrific. But first, Aaron Rodgers is back. I can't remember if you guys are Aaron Rodgers people or not. And people can never see it, but behind my office chair here, so you see Brett Michaels. Yeah, he's cool. He is stacked on top of Aaron Rodgers memorabilia that I received. It's from, just double checking. Both of them are from Foco. So the first little statue thing here is just Aaron Rodgers running out of the tunnel. Sensitive subject. And then it's a double bobblehead below of him throwing his 500th touchdown pass as a member of the Jets. So it's an entire collector's piece. So Aaron Rodgers remains in my house. I got a few jerseys in the closet that I have not worn in some time. But Aaron Rodgers is officially back. Johnny Boy, we'll start with you. What kind of feelings are running through that body on a random Saturday night when you're like, oh, wow, Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod, he's back with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, so it went right back to the draft when I was with that sea of black and yellow with all them Steeler fans, and I asked them, I was like, hey, what's your guys' take on Aaron Rodgers and what he's doing right now? And they were all like, F that guy. It should have been Will Howard already. He's like starting, hopefully we get Drew Allar and he stays home, blah, blah, blah. Like legit is every single fan that I was talking to, that's a Steeler fan, that's what they were saying.
I love that Yu-Gi-Oh meme. I don't know if you guys are Yu-Gi-Oh fans, but Yukimoto, like when this bridge falls somewhere in the middle of the show, he just like pounds the ground and goes, it should have been me. Like I just see people use that a lot, very off color, but felt very fitting to what you were describing. But no,
yeah, he gave us an awesome memory running through that tunnel with that flag. It's something that I'm always. I mean, it was super patriotic. I mean, bro, I love being an American. It was awesome seeing that. I was like, shit, man, that is our team. That is the Jets, just to end in pure misery with the 4 plays going in. Then next year he comes back. He's trying everything. Like, it just didn't work out. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. I'm glad that Glenn did what he did. He told him, kick rocks. We don't want to deal with any of that drama.
Yeah.
And we're at where we're right now. Best of luck to him over there until he plays us in the playoffs, hopefully.
Ooh.
And we get to revenge, man. That's what I want, bro. So,
could you imagine? So we make the playoffs. Woo, we're losing our crap because we've made the playoffs and the first time in forever. And like on the docket is Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh. I mean, what a nutso thing that would be. Let me throw this to you, Snowball, and then spin it to sort of what Johnny Boy was indicating there. The Steelers didn't know who their starting quarterback was till May 16th on a random Saturday night. So they were like, is it Drew Aller? Is it Will Howard? Who is it? What the hell's going to be happening here? And then, so they were dragged along, even though Aaron Rodgers and everybody in the universe promised, no. This won't be like last off season. This will be different for sure. And I guess it didn't go to June. So technically it was slightly different. It went to the middle of May instead of June. But are you happy to be off that Aaron Rodgers train?
For the Jets? Or just in anticipation of
I guess from a Jets perspective, to be like, for me, like, here's a random example, right? When Aaron Rodgers was here, and I hold a weird role, like I'm a content creator, but I also have to like cover the team and write articles and all kinds of stuff. So when he spoke to Pat McAfee every Tuesday for an hour, sorry, kids, can't take you to the park. I got to listen to Aaron Rodgers on a Tuesday. So like I had to listen, because he could have said something. Now, most of the time it was weird alien stuff, but I had to be ready at a moment's notice to cover it. So obviously, my shackles are free. If I just randomly run into Aaron Rodgers quotes of him on the Pat McAfee show, then okay, so be it. But I don't have to like park my keister here and clear my schedule so I'm sitting here live to react to breaking news. So like for like a random example, that's one of the trains I would have had to be on if he was on my team. But yes, not finding out your starting quarterback is here until May 17th. Yeah, it's from a Jets perspective. Or you're just sort of happy to that no longer being your life and reality.
Yeah, it's nice to be on the outside looking in. And watching a team go through what we went through. So, I appreciate that. It's kind of funny. You get a giggle. You're like, I remember that. And I'm sure the Packers fans, feel the same way with towards the end of the season, like how end of his career there. Same feelings. So, yeah, from a Jets perspective, it's nice to see. What's going to happen with him? I don't know. I was a big Will Howard fan. I was actually looking forward to like him not coming back and maybe Mason Rudolph starting off the season, and then having Will Howard get infused in. That would have been interesting for me to watch. Yeah. But for this, you know what? Playoffs, no play. I don't wish ill upon anybody. I hope he just dirts the ball every play and like is a horrible version of himself.
Wow.
And like floats passes past wide receivers and just horrible timing, checking out of running plays, like trying to run the show, and just everyone hating him, and that's it. And just not even seeing him in the playoffs when we get there, because we're making the play. Folks, I'm looking straight into the camera. We are making the playoffs this season, like it or not. Yes. Hello. Hi. How are you? Welcome to Boy Green Daily. My name is Snowball. I am from Jets Worldwide. My co-host is with me, Johnny Boy, and the Jets record this, okay? I don't mind being wrong, because you know what? This doesn't affect my salary at all, okay? The Jets are making the playoffs this season. Plain and simple. We are making it. This team, ready to go. That's it. Done. End of story. I'm done. Here.
Playoffs? Are you talking about the playoffs?
Yes, it's happening. Thank you, Grandpa. It is happening.
41 minutes into Boy Green Daily. Snowball says playoffs. I will make sure we put that up for sure. I love that. Hey, that would be amazing. So I loved your, hey man, I don't wish any ill will on the guy, but I just hope that he has the worst season that he's ever had on planet Earth. I do like that. This is gonna, it's sort of maybe, I don't want to put words in Johnny Boy's mouth, but I sort of heard like what was there. Like, obviously the Aaron Rodgers experiment was a massive failure, unfortunately. 2023 is what it is. I still have this here. This is this random trinket that I have. I went to the Hall of Fame game in 2023. Covered it as a media member. So I have this random trinket from my book bag. If you bring a bag, it has to be cleared. It says Hall of Fame game 2023. It's super faded. But I just have this sitting here because, to me, all of the memories were cool, the memories of me like believing that, oh my God, I think my team can win the Super Bowl. And I just had this like belief and the team was coming together. I'm like, wow, not only sure we're going to make the playoffs and be in the division race and all, but oh boy, the Super Bowl. And that all went up in smoke. So Aaron Rodgers running out of that tunnel, the moment and feeling of that before the disbelief of like, oh, wow. Okay, here we go. So like when he goes into the Hall of Fame, I will try to remember the good times. They didn't last very long, but I will try to remember the good times that did occur in that mix. Are you rooting against him, Johnny Boy? Are you hoping that he stinks or sucks or anything with the Steelers?
Being honest with you, I give two shits. I could give two shits about Aaron Rodgers. Like,
so whether he's good or bad, you don't care.
I really don't care. Okay. Like, I'm tired of that dude having any kind of like what could have been with us. Because, bro, I'm so excited about this season, and I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be an a-hole or anything, but at the same time, I am an a-hole, so it's okay.
Okay, all right.
And I just, bro, that dude, we gave that cat everything he wanted, everything he wanted, like literally everything. Fucking going on the Pat McAfee show, okay, getting I mean, we almost brought in Jordy Nelson, okay. Like there was real conversation about Jordy Nelson leaving the farm to come back and help out.
How old is Jordy Nelson right now? Let me get
like it's crazy, and like
40 years old. Good Lord.
Do you know what I mean? So exactly,
he's younger than Rodgers.
That's true.
We gave that dude everything he wanted, you know, and then when you got Eric Glenn was like, yo, look, kick rocks, dog. With we're changing, we're switching everything. And he's like, oh, you could have just called me. You just could have called me.
To me, I feel like it's one of those scenarios that you have with your spouse where you're blanked either way. Could you imagine the headlines? Wow. Yeah. Real cool, Jets. You just called up Aaron Rodgers and said you're fired over the phone. Nice. Real mature. Or they do it the way they did it. They fly him in and tell him to his face. They're like, wow, you made him fly over there for that? Disgusting. So like no matter what they did, it was going to be chastised. To me, if I was Aaron Rodgers, and while it sucks and hurts to hear it to your face, I'd rather get fired to my face than through a text, you up,
thank you,
you out. What? Huh? What? Like I would have rathered it to my face.
A lot of people in the chat are acknowledging that he did give us a lot of quality QB play. And it's true. He did. He kind of like gave us that feeling of like, hey, this is what a real quarterback can do.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. In a small sample size. Like, gave us some hope. Right.
Yeah.
So yes, thanks for doing that. But again, my allegiance is to, you know, people who are on the team.
Yes.
And he's not on the team. So you're the enemy.
Yeah.
So suck it, Aaron Rodgers. Suck it.
That's the best way to put it. I won't belabor the point, but no, I was watching the 2023 season opener. I did not get tickets. I could not go. So I was watching it from home, and I was so excited. And when I see him like get like what I think is hurt, and he stands up, I'm like, oh, thank God. And then he stands there for a second and sits back down, and I'm like, "There's no way." Like I felt like I felt a pit in my stomach. I was feeling sick, like I was going to throw up. I'm like, "There's no way." And I'm like, "Paul, wake up, wake up, wake up!" Like this is just a bad nightmare. You're going to wake up and you're just in bed. And I'm like, "Oh, thank God, it's the morning of the game. Like this isn't real." And I kept like saying, "Wake up, Paul," and nothing was happening. And I'd like do something like slap myself in the face. I'm like, "Oh, that hurt." Okay, yep, this is real. Oh God. And then I see Zach Wilson trotting out in the field. I'm like, you gotta be crapping me right now. There's just no blanket way. So yeah, Vinny Testaverde for people in the start of the 99 season. I'm sure you guys felt similarly, you know, there's pre-social media age and all that, but like, I
mean, wasn't Vinny T there to give the coin prior to the
with all due respect, Vinny, and a lot of people love Vinny. They should. He's a top 4 quarterback all time for the Jets. He has all these wonderful seasons. Yeah, he was there at the game, did the coin toss, was there at the game. Stay away. Stay away. Never come back ever if you can help it. Watch it from your home. You live in Florida down there. Stay down there. Like, That's just a bad omen. I don't like if we like, let's say somehow, some way, Colts, Packers, Cowboys, ourselves, however we get it, we like get Arch Manning or something, and he's like, "Well, I want to fly up and see a game." I'd be like, "No, he is barred from plane and air travel, car travel, train travel. Like he needs to be sequestered in the state of Florida. And if we're playing in Florida, then he needs to be sequestered to his home." I never want to see, with all due respect, which I guess is a little late now, but either way, I never want to see you again, Vinny. Like, gee, Salou. So, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Gator. He says Rodgers gave us two of the most exciting off seasons in our lifetime. Yeah, the off seasons. 2024 didn't have the same match against 2023, but we all like bought back in, like, oh man, that's part of the challenge of that. Like, man, the story's going to be so much better because he missed all of last year and now he delivers it. But it just, it wasn't exactly the same. But yeah, those off seasons were exciting. So there you go. Some Aaron Rodgers talk on May 17th. Why the hell not? I would say good luck to the Steelers, but wouldn't mean it. Suck it, baby. So we'll see what happens there. That's terrific. This is my first time hearing from you guys. Like, obviously, if you were listening to Jets Worldwide, you heard a little bit of this around your Ant-Man interview, the International Fan of the Year on Friday. But what were your initial reactions to the schedule? Throw it back up here. The 2026 schedule dropped on Thursday evening. And your first thought was what? We'll start with you, Snowball.
First thought was I'm laughing, I'm crying at the same time. I don't know what to think about this schedule. It's really like I try to look at the packs of aways and homes and see what the stretches are with that. And when you look at this, it's like, you're away, you're home, you're away, you're home. It's just kind of like an even keel at that point. Like there's a lot of ats in like week 9 to like, to 12. You got that sandwich game with the Bills in between. Like that's a rough run. That's the heart stabber of the, and it's right in the middle of the schedule. Thank God you have the bye, after that, so you get to recharge a little bit,
lick your wounds,
right? Like what they say. They say like late in the season is better. Well, late in the season, better to have a bye late in the season to kind of like gear up for the end, right? To get healthy at the end of the season when you may need it. Like we will need it, right? Because being in the playoff hunt at that time, right, will be imperative to heal up. So that's what I kind of looked at. Initial reaction was where are those bulks of homes and aways, and pumped for week 1 at Titans. That's going to be one hell of a game. Johnny, you think that's going to be one hell of a game? It's going to be one hell of a game because we're both going to be there.
You guys are? Oh, wow. Good for you guys. That's amazing.
Yes. So I have never been to an away game.
Really?
So I've always been. I have never been to a game outside of MetLife or Giant Stadium or Shea. So really excited to go.
I've only been to one away game for the Jets. I'm saying I've been to a bunch of random NFL games. No, that's not true. Dallas. Okay, never mind. I'm a complete liar. Never mind. I'm going to shut up. Yeah. So okay, good. I've been to several now that I think about it. So I'm an idiot. But are you guys just going solo? Are you jumping on with any of the tailgates or anything that's going on down there? Are you guys sitting like just by yourselves? Or are you sitting with a bunch of the other Jet fans? What's going on?
Yeah, we'll be with a big group of Jet fans down in 110. Okay. So we will be in the 110 section. And this is the last season for that stadium, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the Titans open up the new year with their new stadium in 2027. That's correct.
So we're going to destroy Robert Saleh in our last game against him in his old stadium. So send him back.
I like it. I like it. We have not had luck in these revenge games recently. The Aaron Rodgers, obviously. The Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold game did not go our way. So it's been bad, which means we're due. And come on, the Titans were just like us. They had a top 5 pick. So like you couldn't have asked to me, while there's all these storylines and everything else, you couldn't have asked for a better week 1 game. It's not like, you're playing Kansas City or Buffalo, which again, to me, no game is impossible. Crazy shit happens all the time in the NFL. But like the Titans are an eminently winnable game. So let's go. Now, Jake Asman shared this stat I heard that the Jets have not won a opening Sunday game in a decade. The last time they won an opening game on a Sunday was Todd Bowles in 2015. Which was 11 years ago. That was a long time ago. So I would love to change that and start off 1-0 instead of these runs, because I'm a positive guy and I like to spread positivity. I don't want people to say, oh, 0-1, we're immediately 0-4 heading into the Browns game. Like, what? Whoa. Rein it back in. Let's go 1-0, and then our confidence is high going into the home opener, and hopefully the atmosphere is electric at MetLife Stadium for a chance to go to 2-0. So, that's how I see it for sure. But Johnny Boy, what was your first thought? And say, great, you and Snowball are going to the Titans game. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be my first time going to Nashville. I've always been in like Gatlinburg. I've always been in Pigeon Forge area, so I love Tennessee, but I've never took the trip to Nashville. Wifey's coming with me. A lot of the individuals that are going, their actual spouses are going. Right. So I did.
Oh, cool.
I did see that, because a lot of the people that I know, I was like, yo, is your shorty going? And they're like, yeah, she's going. It's like, it's Nashville. And I'm like,
is that what you call Snowball's wife, Shorty? Is Shorty going? Is that what you say?
I mean,
yeah, my shorty's going.
Yeah, shorty's going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Shorty want a thug. Anyways, so, dude, I see this. I'm like, damn, bro. The NFL does not like the Jets. Like, they want some drama, right? So,
well, of course,
let's give some dramatic start for the season. Let's get all the ex-girlfriends of the New York Jets to play against the new jump off that we got with the Jets, and it's at the Titans game, right? I mean, bro, that stat that you gave on all of ex-NFL players, coaches, and players that are at Tennessee Titans, it's crazy.
22. There are 22. For those who missed that stat, and I wrote about it for heavy.com. I analyzed, because what would I be spending time with family, for God's sakes? So I had to analyze the 90 players on the Jets, the 90 players on the Titans, and then their coaching staffs, which are somewhere in the ballpark of 20 to 30 people each. So I looked at over 250 people and assessed, and I said, let me go through each person. And I either had knowledge where I knew they played for both teams, or I checked their bio if I didn't know. And I did that for over 200 people on the Jets and Titans. And the conclusion that I came to with my research is there are 22 players or coaches that were once on one side of the equation that are now on the other. And so we have it. I mean, we have a few coaches like Chris Harris. People may not know that as a random name. Like, we know a lot of the obvious ones: Jermaine Johnson, Tavondre Sweat, Jarvis Brownlee, Robert Saleh, Aaron Whitecotton, Tanzel Smart. Like, there's just a lot. Yeah, again, Austin Deculus. I don't know how many people have that. Samuel Womack III is on that list. So, again, that's the level of research I did for this. But it is crazy. 22 players or coaches were once either a Jet, now a Titan, or a Titan, now a Jet. So it is kind of crazy. It is nuts.
He was in the movie 300. He was in the movie 300. Right?
He was. I'm glad that you noticed that. Yes, Deculus. Are you not entertained? He was that guy. Which is pretty good. That's a good role for him. Yeah. I got to go watch it. I've not seen that well. Yes,
and I have to say what you and Matt was saying, and I think it was Florio. I think you guys were.
Yeah, Lombardo brought it up that Florio was talking about. Yeah,
and saying that, I mean, the NFL, for what they made a schedule for the Jets haven't proved shit. All they've proved is that they lose a lot and they don't have winning seasons.
100%.
So prove
right,
it.
Philium has it right here. He says the NFL has been burned many times at Jets in prime time. Well, let me rephrase this. Sorry, for the audio-only listeners. Philium says the NFL has been burned many times by putting the Jets in prime time. I truly believe this is payback. So I remember in 2023, obviously the height of Rodgers, they put him everywhere. Primetime. Mike North is part of the broadcast team or part of the schedule making team. Okay. So they put Aaron Rodgers all over the place in 2023. And ahead of the 2024 schedule, Mike North was doing interviews, and he, out of the blue, during one of the 1,000 interviews he had to do before they put him back in his NFL schedule making hole, said like the Jets owe us. He said something of that nature, like he was sort of semi pissed, and he gave off that vibe that like the Jets screwed him over, to Philium's point. So they do feel that way. There's no question about it. He let it slip during an interview. I don't know if he meant to do that, but I heard it. I went, oh, I see. So to me, I like primetime. Again, it's very hard if you're a content creator and all this other jazz because, I'm up till 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't need people singing me sad songs, but you stay up super late to do all this different content. So actually, it's more convenient, the 1 o'clock games, quite frankly. But I don't blame the NFL. Like, I wanted a primetime game because it's cool and you're the only show on in town. That's awesome. The Jets have had 1 winning season in 14 years. They haven't been to the playoffs since the 2010 season, the 2011 year. And when they're in primetime, it's not like they're killing it and the NFL's like, man, we need more of this. No, we're getting our teeth kicked in a lot of these primetime games, or it's just wholly unentertaining. So Jets kill it during these 1 o'clock games. Do fill the prophecy that Snowball has laid upon us 18 minutes ago that it's playoff time, baby, and surprise people. And of course, it's always an option. You can flex your way into primetime. If the Jets start out 7-3 or something, the NFL is going to be like, ooh, that Jets Broncos game in week 14 after the bye. Primetime, boop, upgrade. And they can do that. So it's possible. It's possible.
That's part of, but that's a part of the equation, right? The playoff equation is no prime time, no pressure, no just sitting at 1 o'clock, Oh, is it 1? Okay, that's time to go watch the Jets.
Yeah, we're buried. There's 10 other games going on, so no one's going to be paying attention to the Jets. So they can fly under the radar.
What does that say about our opponents? What does it say about our opponents, too?
Sure, of course.
Right? Yeah. They're not putting them in prime time either with us. So who cares?
Yeah. Johnny Boy, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got to say this real quick.
Okay, please do.
You come into the season hoping and wanting your team to succeed, right? I don't go into a season and being like, fuck, let's just tank.
Although there are some tanking fans out there that just want the tank.
I just want to be a miserable fuck the entire season. Now, granted, and I'm sorry for cursing on a Sunday, but it is what it is.
Blessed be he.
But if that's how you want to fan, I can't tell you not to fan that way, man. Fan that way.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Say something else. If that's how you want to fan, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Man. I'm one of those cats. It's like, yo, if you want to be miserable, be miserable, right? But
I'm not going to tell you to fan, but that's what I thought was about to happen.
But
I thought that was about to transpire.
Don't shit on somebody because they want their team to succeed. They want their team to be in the playoffs. They want to be able to go, bro. BG,
those fans are the worst. Have you gotten any of that yet? I have. Of ooh, man, this is an exciting season. No, it's not. Don't win games. Don't win 6 or 7 games. That's the worst thing you could do. You're a terrible fan if that's what you want. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Anywho, go ahead, Johnny Boy.
And the fact of the matter is, the Jets got to prove it. There's a lot of shit that they have to prove for a lot of those fans to believe again. Because they've been through it. They've seen all the heartaches. They've seen all the bad shit that's happened with the Jets. I mean, when we had Anth on the show, he talks about it.
Show?
He's Jets Worldwide, baby, Friday night, 7:30 p.m. By the way, some of the stories, if you guys have not catched it, a lot of the Nick Mangold, this dude is just throwing out all these names, bro, just like it ain't shit. He's like, oh, Curtis Martin. Oh, I was just chilling with Beck. Oh, I was just over here chilling with Demario Davis. Jeremy and Sherwood, Nick Mangold, right? Just a couple of guys. Oh, Revis. Oh, this. I'm like, yo, bro, what? And the whole time, trying to be my. Anyways, again, I go back into this season. Okay. BG, we were at the draft.
We were together.
If Luby's there, some of it, right? And I'm putting Snowball into this as well. We said to each other that if we make the playoffs this year, what we have to figure out that we have to be at this playoff game. We started this season being in the draft and getting all of these players and having that excitement that we had at that draft, seeing the way these picks were picked. We got to, bro. And look, I'm with Snowball, man. I want a winning season. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Give me a winning season and then the playoffs, and I'll be the most happiest cat. But I can't root for tanking. I can't do it, bro. I can't. I'm excited about the season. Seeing Aaron Glenn on that presser talking about how he's going to use Bailey, talking in regards to he's going to be this type of technique, he's going to do this type of technique. Oh, he's going to work perfectly with Will McDonald. They're going to cause some havoc. You know, Demario Davis in the back, the stuff that Anth was telling us about what Demario Davis was saying about what the role in Jeremy and Sherwood and what he's going to do, and the fact that Sherwood doesn't have to have the green dot anymore, right? That you just got to play. You know, it's an exciting time right now. I mean, it is the off season. I feel like it is where us Jet fans get the most, you know, hope put into us, and why not? You know, once the season starts, they have a lot to prove, man. Aaron Glenn has a lot to prove. Let's be very honest with it, okay?
Look at this. Hop on Pop says, Johnny, no reason to plan that trip. Your January will be free. Talking crap.
Hey, that's what Hop on Pop does, man. It's all good
though,
bro.
Please say something. Yeah. It is so easy to take the layup. Like in the end, right? In the end, people are gonna, like Johnny said, people are gonna fan the way they want to fan. Mm-hmm. In the end, someone is going to join someone, right? And it's much easier for the optimistic Jets fan to get destroyed and go over to the negative fan and be like, all right, let's link arms because, you know, this is it, right? Like we are shit. It is what it is. I had the green goggles on. I drank the green Kool-Aid. Like I was where I was, and reality has sunk in. But to live in death, right, the whole time is just not my style. I have to be optimistic. I have to have some joy in life. And this time of the season is where I have to live. Mentally, if I don't live this way, I would not live. I can't live in the dregs of death, right? And admit that the team is going to be horrible. Like this is, it's a coping skill, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a coping skill for the season. So you're going to link arms. Hop on Pop. Listen, he loves the Cowboys. So like, you know what? Like, fine, go love the Cowboys. Let's see where they end up at the end of the season too. And we'll either be like, you know, we're better than you, we're not better than whatever. But for me, in the end, you're going to link up. It is going to be so much better when we are in the playoffs and those dregs of humanity who have been on the sidelines going, we're tanking. This season is going to suck. The Jets are crap, right? And they come over and they go, all right, you know, your optimism was well worth it. You know, I enjoy. All right, fine. I'm on board now, but they're going to lose in the playoffs first game.
Yeah.
Right? You know, that's going to be the one.
Yeah,
I
sense it coming, but I do like that. I'm with you, Snowball. I live my life in the same way, that it's optimism. It's glass half full, and it's by default. I don't have to switch my factory setting when I wake up every morning. I hate my life. Flip. Oh, I love everything. Like, no, I guess that's how I was born, I guess. But I can't imagine the negative perspective of like sitting in front of the TV, the Jets. We're going to lose again. We always lose. Oh, why are you watching the game? I have to. I just got to watch this disaster. I got to watch this car crash when I drive by. Yeah, right.
I love watching car crashes and train crashes and truck crashes. And
that's just disgusting. So I live my life in the optimistic way, and it's going to pay off eventually for us. I see Austrian Jets fan, the number one Austrian Jets fan, has a special gift for the Jets Worldwide crew. Wow. Thank you, Soraya Luna, my daughter. A $10 Euro super chat. Raffles for the legends, Johnny Boy and Snowball. Let's go. We have graced each of you with raffle tickets for our contest this month. Thank you to number one Austrian Jets fan for throwing some change in the wishing well here for Johnny Boy and our buddy Snowball. Appreciate that. By the way, our prizes this month are a Garrett Wilson Funko Pop, brand new New York Jets polo, and a cream/Kelly Green sideline historic 3930 flex ad. All that's up for grabs. We'll give that away on June 1st. Every $3 you spend here on the channel, it makes you eligible to win that. It is a random draw who ends up.
Go ahead, say it, Johnny. Go ahead.
Oh. Yo, that outfit is only missing the Nike Monarchs, all right? And you need the freaking jorts with it, and you're cutting the grass outside, baby, with the Monarchs. Shout out to all. This is the Boy Green Daily raffle giveaway Father Day special. Okay? Just to let you guys know. All right.
Okay.
So shout out to all the dads out there, man. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to say.
No, that's okay. No, so whoever wins this prize, Johnny Boy will be sending a pair of jorts. So they're going to complete the ensemble.
It's some Nike Monarchs, bro. Do you know what the Nike Monarchs are?
I haven't seen them in a while.
Do you know what they are though?
I think so, but let me give it a Google.
Please look it up. But you will know exactly.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Right?
I've seen these.
Johnny, I just thought we were going to wear the shirt at the same time. Like, just order like a 3X. Right?
Yeah.
Just like, just go to the Titans game and wear it.
That's how it should have been at the freaking at the draft.
Yeah.
Right?
Have you guys seen that?
You like Step Brothers and stuff.
And you just said that. Did you see the Kirk Cousins Mendoza Step Brothers?
I did.
It was fucking great. It was funny, dude.
That is the curse of death right there. Like, done.
Probably.
Season over.
Yeah, that's probably not for the best.
I see best friends.
Yep. Which and there they are, Kirk Cousins from Fernando. So shout out to both of them. The nice little photo shoot there. We have a couple of comments, super chats, and things of that nature. I see Brother Yeti jumping in. Boy Green, do you watch the games you don't attend at home, or is there a venue bar you attend around Syracuse? So that's a good question. In my world now, I was peer pressured into doing play-by-play for Jets games, so that requires me to do it from home. But upon initial resistance, when people ask me to do it, I'm like, come on, who wants to hear me call the game? Don't you want to listen to the professional broadcasters call the game? They said, no, Boy Green, do it. So I did it, and then there's been a great response. So I will keep doing it as long as you people keep enjoying it out there in the universe. So I'll keep doing that. So that's what I'll do. So in this current world, I can't attend bars or anything while Jets games are on because I'm calling games or doing Jets work, so I can't. There was the most recent game that I went to a bar to watch a Jets game was a Jets-Patriots game. I'm pretty sure it was in MetLife Stadium. It could have been in Foxborough, I guess, now that I think about it. But it was a rain game, and I was watching at the bar by myself. My family was at home. And to the left of me was a Jets fan sitting at the bar. We're watching the game together. And what's his name? Whoever the returner is took it back on the final play of the game, a punt return touchdown to beat the Jets and beat them. And I was just like, you got to be fucking shitting me. And I just went like, bar, bartender, tab, now, close. I need to leave immediately. And that was the last game I ever attended at a bar with a bunch of people. Luckily, there weren't a bunch of Patriot fans around or something. So, like, I went to, for the Jets-Lions, Sam Darnold's very first game, I was in full Jets regalia, head to toe, and on his first pass was a pick six. And then I heard a lot of Lions fans laughing at us that were somehow in this random Syracuse bar. And I was like, you motherfuckers. But I stood through, and then when we were winning, I was doing pelvic thrusts in their direction. So that was nice. So no, for the most part, I watch at home. I prefer to watch at home. I don't like watching with a bunch of random people. Unless we do the tailgate or the tailgate thing, and doing it at the game is a lot of fun. That's great. Doing a lot of, high fives. Unfortunately for a Jets-Cowboys game, there's a lot of pre-game high fives, not a lot of in-game high fives. So hopefully that changes. It looks like Jets-Browns is going to be our game this year. That should be official in 3 days when I speak to our Jets ticket rep. And Johnny Boy and Snowball, it sounds like both of you guys are going to be there for that one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. You guys got a question. Where are your seats at the Tennessee game? Indy Jets asked for you guys. Because I believe Indy and a bunch of Boy Green people are going.
110.
110. Oh, great seats. Okay, nice.
110. Estamos ahí con Lou B y toda otra gente que va a estar ahí.
¿Cómo estás? Okay. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, with a Boy Green Coffee Club membership gift to the audience.
And that membership went to?
Snowball. Sure.
Snoopy, $49.51.
Beautiful. Love it. Derek, fan, you just added another raffle ticket to your total. I see you have a super chat here on the program, so let's get to that here. Every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luda. Wow. KB, Snowball, BG, I hope you and everyone reading has a wonderful day. P.S. I'm with you, JB. Even if this year fails, we have 3 firsts, 3 number ones. Go Jets, baby. So there you go. So either way, that's a good way to do it. If you're a positive fan, you're rooting for the playoffs. And if it doesn't, you'll have this thought like, well, we have 3 number ones next year. Rationalize whatever the result is. That's what I always do. So I try to always see it through a optimistic light. I won't lie. Sometimes I get pissed, right? Someone blows something at the end of a game, the Jets lose, or a field goal kicker misses, and it's early in the season and it blew a game. I could get angry. I could get pissed off. But ultimately, that is true. The Jets hopefully can have their cake and eat it too. They can win a bunch of games, go to the playoffs this year, and one of those other teams sucks, and you get that top 5 pick that way. And you can be in the, can you imagine we end the playoff drought and like win a game or something? That'd be great. Or just go to the playoffs and then we don't win. I'd prefer a win, but I prefer multiple wins and win us a Super Bowl. But you do whatever that is. And then at the same time, simultaneously, the Colts imploded, the Cowboys imploded, the Packers imploded, and you have a top 5 pick and you get your franchise quarterback after being in the playoffs. And that quarterback just like falls right in line. Either you bring Geno back because you just had all that success and he's your bridge for half a year or full year while your quarterback develops, or the quarterback just gets dropped in with this offensive line and Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., Adonai Mitchell, Mason Taylor, Kenyon Sadiq, and he just immediately is like a rookie of the year, our quarterback for the next 20 years. Like, you can see it. It's possible.
You heard the man. You heard the man, right? They wrote him off.
He ain't right back, though. I love that. Geno apparently was trying to use that same quote. So like he got traded, and we'll have Josina on the show eventually. I was going to have her in the middle, but then I got busy with the draft stuff. So we'll have her somewhere over the summer. So she had him on for an interview like minutes after the trade was announced. So shout out to her for the great plug. And in the middle end part of the interview, he brought back up that line you talked about from Seattle, where he's like, what was it again?
Yeah, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
And he said, you know what? I think I'm going to use that again. And Josina's like, no, you're not. You need something fresh. You went, okay, I'm going to go back to the lab. So he was going to try to see if he could, get some more play out of whatever copyrights or, he tried to put all that in. So we'll see. That was funny. So salute to Geno. I don't know. I'm weirdly optimistic about Geno. I don't think it's just going to be like some crazy disaster where he's just terrible and he just like throws like 20 picks and he gets benched in week 6 and we're all like, geez, another season lost to hell. I don't know. I feel weirdly optimistic.
The people who bring the jaw thing, like, dude, I'm not talking about your life 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. Like, I'm not talking about that, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about today. What kind of a person are you today, right? That's in the past. People are supposed to improve, or people, get old, like whatever. And like you're thinking about playing football at Atlantic City,
apparently,
right? I'm looking at that and I'm going, hell no. Like I am at an age where I am supposed to stand on the sidelines and go, you fucked that up. All right, you know what? This is good. Great play. Like good.
Come on, you're a professional bowler. You're in bowling shape.
Yeah. Okay, that's throwing a 16-pound ball down a lane at a spot.
16 pound. Wow. Okay, you had a bigger ball than I thought.
That's what you do, though. Mm-hmm. Like it's easy. You let it go. It's accuracy, right?
Some big
If
balls.
I was going to play quarterback, maybe don't touch me, right? Maybe I'll throw the ball, but like. What I'm saying is, comes a point in time in your life when you know your role. And
I can't look at Boy Green's face.
Go ahead, say it.
No, I'm more 12 on the ball size.
Oh yeah,
more comfortable.
Listen, if you want some action, you got to throw big, heavy balls.
Okay. We're going to have to all bowl together. I mean, Snowball's clearly going to destroy us. I don't know what Johnny Boy's bowling is, but I just try to throw it really hard right down the middle. That's sort of my strategy every single time. Yeah.
And that's not what you want to do, but that's okay. You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I average about a 312.
That's good.
Okay. In how many games?
Each game I play.
I had a game this year over 300. I had a 304.
Nice.
I had handicap, but
extra credit.
That's it.
It's all about that curve, baby. You're rocking that little edge, and it just goes right back in. And
that's right. I ended.
I don't know how to do that.
I ended the season with a 210 average. So,
wow, that's pretty good. I would think. Yeah, not too shabby. We have over 300 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. That's a free way to contribute to this program. Make sure you guys do it. Again, we have Gangrene Beach Club coming up on July 11th in Atlantic City. Shout out to Jake Asman and Lou B for putting all this together. Terrific. We're going to have beat reporters there, content creators there. It's going to be terrific. That is Saturday, July 11th at GGBC, gangrenebeachclub.com for more details. Tickets are $25 a pop. Are either of you two going to the shindig?
I'm going. I'll be there on July 11th.
Nice.
If you look really, the font size is like 4.5, but
okay.
We're there. It's written in white. It's written in white, but you can, yeah, but you can see it.
It says Snowball dash Jets Worldwide.
That's it.
Oh, cool. So you're going to be there too, Johnny boy?
Who me? I can't, man. My kid's birthday, July 4th, and then the 8th. It's like right there. I'm on the same boat with
it's July 11th. Can you not read up and down, left to right? Saturday, July 11th. What do you mean?
My daughter is on the 8th, and we're gonna celebrate it on that Saturday for her.
Oh, come on, man. It's over the summer. Why do you have to celebrate it on a different day? That doesn't even make any sense. She even in school? Why wouldn't you celebrate it on the same? I don't understand.
I think she can't come to this. I think it's 21 and up.
I didn't tell her to come. I'm just saying. Never mind. You can dad. I'm not going to tell you how to dad. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how to dad. That's not how.
No jeans, but we're going to play football.
Yeah, they say shorts allowed though. So I didn't know if like no jeans, like, hey, don't be a jerk, wear slacks. That's normally what that means to me.
Right.
But it's not. They said Luby has made it clear. There are shorts allowed. Also, a few other key details about that event. You don't have to stay at the property, so I'll bring it back up again. You do not have to stay at the Ocean Casino Resort. You don't have to stay at any hotel. You can come for the day and then leave. I will be staying there, so I'm bringing the family up. Obviously, they can't be here for this event. It's 21 and over, so if you're 21
Why
and
not?
over, you can't be 21 and over. So my kids are not old enough yet. My fiance could, but she's gonna likely, I would assume, be watching the children. So I'll try to do some family events with them around this event and see if we can do it. But it should be a good time. I can't wait. So
it's gonna be dope, man. That's pretty awesome that you guys are doing that. And I mean, Snowball's gonna go over there. He's gonna represent, and
I'm gonna draft him on my Boy Green team. I'm going to draft because we're drafting teams for this beach football touch game, and he's definitely a Boy Greener. So I'm gonna be drafting him to the team.
So I look, you guys. So I was talking with Chef, right? Me and Chef were having this conversation about this game, and I was like, bro, me and my boys, we used to every single year we would do the Turkey Bowl, right? We would be in the Turkey Bowl and get a whole bunch of us. So my guys watch the show, especially on Sundays. So shout out to my boy Rye. Shout out to Killers in the building as well, and my guy Al. And every single year, one of us, right, has gotten injured, right? I'm talking about like tore his ankle, a dude tore his meniscus, ACL, PCL, everything.
How the game's not been canceled? I mean,
it got canceled, bro.
It did. How many people had to get hurt for you to cancel it? Dude, I think after the first one, we'd be like,
we did it for like 11 years straight, okay? And every year it was like one of us that was getting hurt, bro. Just
how many people were on this team? 11 years. How many sacrifices did you guys have to make to the football?
Bro, it was like, it was just constant, bro. So we and it was full field. Like we used to high school where we all played at, and
that's where we used to play too.
We had all the guys come back together, especially because everybody's coming back home visiting. And we're over here, and we're playing tackle at that, right? No pads on, or none of it. We're just like, I mean, bro, because we're idiots. We're all like, fucking still think we have it, still think we could, do stuff and everything. And I just, when the game's over, when you hear the first, my leg, it's done, bro. It's like, all right, well, dude, it was. Bro, stupid. So we made sure once the ambulance picked the person up, and then like, should we play? Keep going? Fuck that. Like, let's go home and have some beers and just, happy Thanksgiving. And then everybody would meet up back at the hospital after the dude was straight. And yeah, it was fucking stupid.
Well, that's a brutal story, but at least you guys had some fun. That's really what it's all about. And I do want to make this clear, if it wasn't. So you see in bold letters there on the Gangrene Beach Club graphic for audio-only listeners in all caps, wear green and white. And I see Brother Yeti commented and said, wear green and white. WTF? What about a blue and red Revis Pro Bowl jersey? Luby did confirm that he put the wear green and white exclusively for me on the poster. So I felt like it. It felt like a direct, hey, buddy, I'm talking about you, even though it doesn't say wear green and white, boy green. That would have been hilarious on the poster. But wear green and white was definitely for me. So I plan on wearing green and white gear. I got to make sure I have the right gear for this football game. So maybe some like Jets beach shorts or something, and then am I going barefoot? Don't want to get any seashell cut up action. Do I need to get different, is it just shoes and then the right shoes? Cause you're going to get sand and crevices. So there's a lot of breakdown that has to happen here. But again, gangrenebeachclub.com for more details. July 11th.
So this one I can't wear.
So that is, mine was, as Johnny Boy shows on this. Yeah, yours has the tinge of America. Mine was all America. So, that's where we ran into some issues. So yes, I see that beautiful picture. Thank you at the Permanente Brothers restaurant.
Wait, can you hold it down a little bit further, Johnny? Like, it looks like he's in front of a crowd and they're all booing him.
They are.
Yeah, it does appear to be booing from that restaurant. Like, boo. They're not booing you, Mr. Burns. They're wooing you. Woo.
And look at Darrell Revis just laughing
like
at
he's
him,
turning
right?
around. Like he's about to turn around.
He's like, what a fucking asshole, right?
Yeah. No, not ideal.
Punches.
Not ideal. All right, boys, you ready for some phone line action?
Oh, you don't want to talk about your jersey no more, bro? You don't want to talk about the red shit that
it's time to hit the phones.
I know, right?
The Hep song. Oh, is that the Hep song?
I think Hep's calling, right?
We'll be back.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. I am Paul Esden Jr., the host of Boy Green Daily. There is Snowball and Johnny Boy of the Jets Worldwide crew, all one word on YouTube. If you're listening on the only audio-only version of the show, shout out to the Believe Network, who recruited me over to that network, and it's been a lot of fun so far, so I appreciate Believe, B-L-E-A-V, for believing in me. Appreciate it. Again, wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's Apple, Spotify, or Amazon, make sure you rate and review the show. I'd appreciate your feedback, and so would the folks over at the Believe Network. And there's a few items to get into here, including, of course, obviously, the phone lines here on the program. But you guys mentioned you guys are going to the tailgate, and I just did the math, which is always dangerous because, it may run in the family with a certain sense of math skills. But we only have 4 tickets left to the tailgate. It's going to be sold out. And we haven't even officially announced the game, even though it's very likely looking like the Week 5 Jets-Browns game. So we have 96 tickets committed to the tailgate, and we have 85, I believe, on the game right now. So thank you, everybody, for the amazing response. That means 85 of us currently scheduled to all sit together at the Jets game, which destroys last year's numbers. I shouldn't be surprised, but there's so many great people that are involved with this tailgate with Lou B., Chef Kevin Gilbert, obviously, my beautiful fiance that does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Woody, obviously, is going to be co-hosting that event. So unbelievable that, again, we have 4 tailgate tickets left. Again, I'm going to go in chronological order, folks. So if you guys want to go to our tailgate, we're going to be hosting a Jets game this year. It looks like it's going to be the Week 5 Jets-Browns game, October 11th. Again, in 3 days on May 20th, the Jets rep is going to get back to me to finalize some different items. So we should be able to officially announce that and make it into a graphic and do all kinds of things here shortly. But if you want to have a chance to be at that tailgate and at that game, and you even think there's a possibility, I highly recommend you click the Excel sheet in the YouTube description down below, fill out your first and last name. If you want to sit with us, yes. How many tickets would you need? Do you want to go to the tailgate? Yes or no? And that's a food drink package of going to the tailgate, getting a ticket. And then how many tickets would you need? I believe we only have 4 tailgate tickets left. And then the game tickets, eventually it runs out. I believe there's 25 to a section. So we're about to fill out four of those rows of sections all together where we're sitting together with 80 plus tickets right now. So folks, jump on. If you have not signed up yet and you're having any issues, you guys can also email me. That's paulasdenjr@gmail.com. PAULA, the letter ESDENJR @gmail.com. So folks, make sure you jump on the train. Snowball, yes.
Is the Kevin Gilbert is the dinner the night before?
Yes, it is. So that will be happening. It'll be, so the game is October 11th. The takeover at Cloverleaf Tavern, I've already booked that date with Chef, which is terrific. That's my fiance's birthday, so I'll have a birthday cake for her at the event, so we can all sing her a Jets version of Happy Birthday before we kick the Browns' ass all over the place, which will be special. So yes, but what I will have a separate sign-up sheet available for that. So if you can't go to the game for whatever reason, you have a conflict on the Sunday, you can meet us the Saturday before. If you're in the area and you want to swing by to the restaurant, we will have a restaurant takeover. I won't have a sign-up sheet until we have that official. Like I said, I'm speaking with my Jets ticket rep in 3 days, so hopefully we finalize a lot of items like price and things of that nature, and then I will be able to officially start promoting the restaurant takeover the night before, and then Pop will do the Wounded Warrior Project raffle. We're going to raise money for charity, and you guys will have a chance to win a lot of cash, and then we'll have the rest of the cash that's going to the charity. So we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. I can't wait for it. But yes, I can't believe we're already sold out. We're almost already sold out with a few tickets left. But anywho, I will go chronologically in order. So if you sign up on the sheet, you're not 100% committed. You don't have to give me money right now. But what I will do is once I know how much it is, I'm going in order on that sheet and going all the way down. I'm saying, hey, you said you wanted 5 tickets. Here's how much I would be. Are you still in? Yes or no? If you're in, yes, great. We'll lock in. If not, no worries. I'll move on to the next person on the list, and maybe we'll have bonus tickets available that we aren't anticipating. So that is the way to do it, folks, out there in the audience. So amazing. Can't wait. So let's frickin' go. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We've got a lot of people waiting here on the channel. We'll kick it off with Hep.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Morning,
Hep. You know what? Hey, I didn't believe this. I was watching Jake's show the other day, and a picture of Jake with Aaron Glenn came up. Did you guys see that picture?
Yeah, him hugging Aaron Glenn.
When did that happen? Were you there, Paul, when that happened, Johnny Boy? Did you see it?
That's
it was AI. It was AI.
Oh, it's AI. Okay.
Yeah, it's fake. But because I thought it was hilarious when I first saw it because, like, you know, Aaron Glenn and Aaron. First off, everyone can take pictures how they want to take pictures. But if there's ever a picture that's out there where Jake Asman and Aaron Glenn are caressing one another, hey, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jake was tweaking his nipple or something on the.
Yeah, there was some sensual action going on there. There's no question. But yes, that was in fact AI. It appeared to be like it was from our draft party that we did, but no, Aaron Glenn was not at that draft party. He was back in New Jersey.
I was like, that was a headline news if ever.
Yeah. No, so it's just the power of AI now. Yeah.
What do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if Aaron Glenn? I know Aaron Glenn must have heard all. I mean, bro, because Jake was giving it to that dude, bro. Okay,
so he was a junkyard dog on his.
But this is what I'm hoping, Johnny. But this is what I'm hoping. Right. So this is what I hope. right? So Jake has been, I mean, as blunt as possible with how he feels about Aaron Glenn and everything. If the Jets, like, again, I've thrown up the schedule before. Let's say they start like 3-1 or 4-0 or something significant. And I hope the Jets send something to Jake or something. They somehow get them to like have something. You don't want to do it too early because then the Jets could fold and it could turn around the other way. Maybe it has to happen late in the season, like when they make the playoffs or something, and give him crap. But that would be hilarious if they could bring those two together and do a fun thing. Like,
that would be great.
Laugh at yourself, you know.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And Jake would listen. If he said it himself. He goes, Aaron Glenn gets us to the playoffs. I'm going to be the one leading the parade for him to be coach of the year. So.
Whoa. Okay, I missed that one, but sounds great. Okay, the apology tour will be on for Jake Asman. All right,
and he'll be happy to do it.
Okay, good. I hope we all do. To be honest, I know there's a lot of Jet fans in our audience that are like, oh boy, this guy's getting fired. Like, let's just fast forward to the firing part. I do hope if he proves a lot of people wrong, there's a lot of people going, Mabby. Sorry, I hope everyone's embracing it, because don't we all want them to go to the playoffs? So, like, who cares who the head coach is if they make that happen? So I hope that's the response.
And Johnny boy, as far as the football game goes, I think we're going to make it like a 15-minute game, maybe 5-man squads or something like that, and there'll be representatives from each thing. Like there'll be the Asmaniacs, the Pole Boy Greens. Maybe we'll come up with kind of names or whatever, and then. The Green Bean and Matt O'Leary and Ryan, they'll have their contingency. Maybe we'll have some kind of a tournament, and we'll win.
Look,
the 15 minutes.
Okay, there's a lot of guys that used to play football. All right.
And, I know.
Like Will Parkinson, right? He played.
You know what I mean?
Portland,
and. I mean, like, even Shine, bro. Like, Shine got a hell of an arm.
He's a big dude,
right?
Oh, does he? I haven't seen his arm, but he's a big dude.
Yeah, that dude could throw the rock.
Scared money don't make money. I'm not afraid of nobody.
Look, but Chef Kev is like, hey man, I'm out here, dude. I'm competitive. I'm gonna tear somebody.
I'm drafting Chef Kev, maybe number one overall on my team. Hell yeah!
I'm like, I'm in the background, and I'm all like. That's all you guys, man.
So I got Chef Kev, I got Snowball, Hep's gonna be there. Okay, we're developing a team. A team is coming together.
Yeah. Now listen, it will be some great content. You know that.
Oh, sure.
We'll have we'll put some fake music like the Super Bowl.
Intros.
Slow motion shot.
I'm just gonna put a Cade Klubnik wig on and just walk out
slow-mo
of
video.
Number
10. Snowball. Yeah, that'd be nice. Little Baywalk. Please.
Atlantic City's General Hospital is filled up with a lot of New York Jets.
There's some old dudes in that hospital. What's going on?
There would be.
What is happening?
Thanks, Hep. Appreciate you, pal. Let's go. Oh, there he is.
Hey, BG.
Joining us here. Yes.
Stack wants me to give a message to Snowball that says, know your role and you know the rest. I don't know what that means.
Know your role and slow your roll.
Okay. All right. There you have it. All right. Let's keep. Yeah, big salute, big ups. All right, let's keep this train rolling, baby. 300 people in the room, including over 100 of those 300 currently watching on YouTube right now. Let me give a quick shout out. We have reached over 8,640 subscribers, baby.
Yes, baby.
Let's freaking go. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Go 8,643 and counting as we continue to make our climb towards 10,000. It just, every milestone we reach, it's just getting more real. Like, holy friggin' crap, that's gonna happen. That's so cool, man. So thank you everyone who's jumped on the train so far. I appreciate that. And again, like I said, like the video. That is a free way to contribute to the program. Appreciate you.
Well deserved, brother. Well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate
all
that.
The people who will be joining the Jets fan base. This season, when we make the playoffs.
There you go. Oh yeah,
They're coming.
Are you going to welcome them on the bandwagon or say, "Hey, buddy, you weren't here with us"?
No, I'm opening the door. I'm like, you know what? Come on in. There's space.
Come on in, baby. Come on in. There you go. Yes. By the way, over 100 people in the room, but 67 likes. I'm not trying to be greedy here, but what the blank? Come on, man! Like the guy started video.
Flagellum.
All right, let's go. All right, let's go. One of the greatest nicknames in our fan base. It's Goo Gator.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what up, Gator?
What's up, Gator? Hey, welcome back to the show. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. So I'm calling.
Oh, the gun show. Nice. Okay,
no,
there we go, baby. Pow. Okay.
I'm in Florida. You got to wear as little as possible.
That makes sense. Okay, yes.
I'm calling in to defend the less than optimistic Jets fan, not the negative Jets fans. Being negative is different than being less than optimistic. So here's what I want to say about that. The team doesn't deserve and has not earned our optimism. I don't think there's anybody that believes that they do, based on their history. There's a wide range of these less than optimistic Jet fans out there in the fan base. The worst of which say that the Jets will just always suck. Okay, there's those handful of fans that think that no matter what they do, they're just always going to suck. And that's the lowest of low tier of Jets fans. I get that. Then there's the tankers, the ones that march for arch before the snap of the first game. Okay, I also don't believe that that's a great way to be less than optimistic. Okay. And then you have the schedule obsessed fans that once looked at the teams that we're going to face this year, which we knew many months ago that these are all the teams we're going to face. But now all of a sudden that there's dates and times attached to these games that somehow we're going to win less games. So there's that insanity. Okay. We knew all these teams we knew we were going to face. It's just all of a sudden that like, oh my God, now the first 4 games are against these 4 teams. Now we're in trouble. It doesn't matter. We were still going to face these 4 teams. And then there's the category of the fan that has lived a lifetime of misery and disappointment, trying to lean on the side of hope and expecting the worst when it ultimately happens. Okay. Now, for me, I look at the fact that the skill set of the players seems to be better than last year. Yep. And but I've always believed that of the 4 major sports, the coaching staff in football means more than, let's say, compared to baseball, hockey, basketball. That the coaching staff, to me,
I'd agree with that.
Bar none, just means the most in football.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right coaching staff in place, the skill set of the players may not matter, probably doesn't matter. And coming off of 2025, I quite honestly just don't have enough confidence in Glenn to think that this is going to be the year.
That's fair.
And that makes me less than optimistic. So again, my reason for the call is to try to categorize the negative Jet fan, because to me, there's just so many levels of it that you can't lump us all in together. I think optimistic Jet fans, you can kind of sort of lump in all together. I think there's definitely sort of like one category of the guy that just every time there's an off season and no matter what the Jets do, it's probably going to be somewhat positive. We've seen it year after year. This off season, we're picking up new players. We're drafting some key talent. We always have good draft picks, right? Because we suck. We don't suck, but we're not very good. Yeah. So we're going to have high draft picks. And then it's just a matter of, who we pick, what we do with it. And ultimately coaching staff. So again, I'm
Gator, real quick,
optimistic Jets fan. Yes, sir.
So if they just like the Bills sucked forever. They had a 17-year playoff drought before eventually they got the monkey off the back of making the playoffs, and then Josh Allen, and then they've been this perennial contender for a while. Like, what has to happen to get you to join, I would say, the dark side, but it's sort of the light side over here, an optimistic clouds, puffs, and Skittles land over here. What has to happen to get you in that category? Or will you be forever in your category of somewhat cautiousness because of the war-torn history of this Jets franchise?
Sith or Jedi?
I mean, that's part of it, right? So the war-torn sort of like, I've been through this before and I've seen, but the fact of the matter is that you go back to when we got Parcells.
Yes.
I think we were all kind of like, all right, the tide is going to turn now because we got Parcells. And last year, at 0-7, I was just like, man, this guy's just got no clue. He's got absolutely no clue. I would have been excited about this year in terms of like, yay, rah, rah, if we'd have brought in the next, big name coach. Who is that? I have no idea. Is it Mike Tomlin? Is it somebody that has like a history of, winning Super Bowls, going to Super Bowls, being in the playoffs? I would have probably just been team optimism, right? So for me, this particular year, it's really about this coaching staff, because I'm going to be hopeful. I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to be hopeful, but it's really hard for me to be optimistic and sit and look at these games and be like, I'm going to expect this team to win, because until Glenn and quite frankly, Reich, I mean, everybody's, not everybody, a lot of people are putting Reich on a pedestal because he's got some history of positivity, but still, nobody wanted him except
Do you
us,
think Reich is better than Engstrand?
I think anybody's better than Engstrand.
Okay.
Right, well, I think Engstrand might not be better than Hackett. Okay. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about a team that we're excited about? They're going to make a playoff run, and we're talking about a guy like Engstrand? I just can't even be serious when his name comes up. It's ridiculous that they even brought him in. But that's the problem with the coaching staff last year. Why in the F did Glenn bring this guy in? Okay. And why in the F did we bring in this defensive coordinator? I mean, clearly there's something weird going on with this coaching staff. They're holding on by a thread. There's a lot of, hope, I guess, within the organization from Woody down that Glenn is going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But if you're asking me to be optimistic that, I think that Glenn's going to figure it out and this team's going to be like a well-coached, oiled machine, I just can't get there, man. I can't.
That's fair.
So,
and I hope we can all live in our bubbles.
One more point about the quarterback position, the most important position on the field in the quarterback position. And I'm supposed to be optimistic that we went out and got a guy, who basically was the quarterback for the entire season for the worst team in football. Yeah. Okay. And you can paint it anyway. Oh, he didn't have a line. He didn't this. He didn't that. This is the quarterback of the worst team from last year. And you wonder why we don't have primetime games. You wonder why the entire league looks at us as, now this is just the Jet fan base that's saying that we're going to be good this year. We're going to go on a run. It's not the other 31 teams and 31 fan bases and all the experts and everybody else are not sitting there going, look at those Jets. They've got it going. Maybe there's some, but for the most part, they're not. Why? We've got a quarterback that is coming off of one of the worst seasons that a quarterback has probably ever had. And we have a coaching staff that's coming off of, or a head coach that's coming off of one of the most embarrassing head coaching performances of all time. Where's the optimism? I'm trying to find it.
I think Gator, for me, and just kind of like, first off, you can fan the way you want to fan. And I said that in the from the get-go. Okay. My issue is that it's not you, because you're not one of those, like, you're shitting on an optimistic fan and saying like you're a fucking idiot or you're this for fanning the way you want to fan, right? But there are individuals that are out there that really start to give it to a guy that is like, yo, I want the Jets to win. I really believe in what they're trying to do. There's people out there that, I'm one of the guys that believe it, both in the tandem of Glenn and Muji working together. And there's a lot of people out there that say that there's division amongst them, that the only good moves happening is because of Muji, and the rest of everything that's bad is all Glenn. I don't believe in that, man. I think we're finally seeing them work together. It just didn't fucking work out last year. It didn't. It was bad. It was horrible. And you have every right not to feel optimistic this year, because again, Muji, Glenn, everybody that in that organization this upcoming season has a lot to prove, because at the end of the day, they went 3-14 as a whole. And
right, but when you sit there and say that you're seeing the improvement, right? You can't use Glenn in that sentence, because where's the improvement in Glenn? Glenn hasn't won the games, right? So until he wins games, there's no evidence that he's improved at all, okay? And that's my problem. There's evidence that Muji seems to have improved. I think he's definitely shown an improvement in his picks and how he's traded for players and how he's run the cap. But if you look at Glenn, to me, where's the evidence that he's gotten better? He's been demoted. He's been demoted, in my opinion. I think they basically have decided as an organization that he's better off being the defensive coordinator than the head coach, because I don't even think he's the head coach. I think we have a coach of the offense, and we have a coach of the defense. And yeah, Glenn's going to make some decisions, but to me, he's been demoted. So to say that he's actually like improved, you got to prove that to me.
And I mean, again, it is warranted because I've said it. Glenn this year has a lot to prove, but when you say like it was Muji making those moves, I'm going to fight you back on that and say I think it was both of them. I think they both talk and say, hey, what do you think about this player? Yeah, he fits that. And my hope is that they both are in a room talking about it and talking the pros and cons and seeing that if those pros and cons are going to outweigh to be like, shit, you know what? I like him. Bring him on here. We have right now the tools to be able to make this young buck succeed. I just don't think it's all just Muji. I don't. I think it's both of these two guys that have Glenn, who has the scouting background, Muji, who's played the quarterback position in a row, and he's done the stuff what he did over there in Denver. And I think it's both of them working together. I think if this ship is going to go down, it's going to be both of them together. And I don't think anybody outlives it. That's my take. That's my take.
I think Muji can easily stick around another year or two, and Glenn could get fired if the team does not perform. I think that they can absolutely be split up. I don't think they're connected at all at this point. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Gator, one other thing I wanted to say is for those who don't know, and I want them to know, so please give a plug on the way out here. Your Instagram movie reviews, I'm getting a kick out of those, man. Those are awesome. I love how passionate you are, and you're showing like scenes and things that you say like, hey, look at this. I was seeing on the Alien movie, and how there was a certain ruining when they came back for the. Oh man, I was all in. So Gator, please give some plug for the movie reviews on Instagram. Those are fun, man.
Yeah, I like talking about shitty movies. That's one of my things.
Which is awesome. What's that handle, Gator?
What is my Instagram? Gator McCluskey Reviews, I believe, on Instagram. So
guys, check it out.
Not a great promoter, but
come on, we need you to start screaming from those rooftops, baby. I want even more people checking these out. That's awesome. So I love you, Gator. Thanks for the takes, man.
Gator, it's good seeing you, brother. Keep holding it down over there.
There he is, Gator. Which, by the way, you see this beautiful coffee getting poured and a football spinning. Gator did magical work bringing this Boy Green daily background to life. He deserves a huge credit for all the success this show has had and the aesthetic and what it looks like.
I did want to say that I believe the idea of Glenn being demoted, right? If it is true, if it isn't true, or whatever it is, I believe in the saying of addition by subtraction, right? So maybe, right, Glenn being in charge of the defense is a net positive, right? Not having the burden of extreme head coaching responsibilities and actually sharing the responsibility with Reich or whoever else is being involved, whether it's Seth Ryan or whatever's happening in the background, it could be a blessing. There is no, it is a team, right? So you do need a team of people to manage everything. If sometimes I'll go to games and I'll just watch the sidelines and you actually see what's happening on the sideline. It is like a well orchestrated, like it's a ballet of what's happening out there. Guys being organized, people watching the clock, people looking at clipboards, organizing people saying, okay, this happens, then this is going to happen. It's like a chess game. Yeah. And there's so many people involved in the decision-making process. So taking Glenn out of some of those responsibilities and actually maybe, delegating more or, whatever, evenly balancing that, it could be a blessing.
Yeah, I think there are two things here. First off, I understand what Gator's saying because we just, I guess everything is relative in time, space continuum. Greg Williams and Adam Gase being together was categorized as head coach of offense, head coach of defense, and obviously that went horrifically wrong. So to hear, because Connor Hughes reported, like from his Jet sources, that they viewed Frank Reich as the head coach of the offense. So when we hear that term again so many years later, we're like, oh boy, oh God, are they splitting the difference here? And those are battle scars and ghosts. And I get that. But to me, and I get Gator's perspective, I just explained it. Like I get what he's saying, but I actually think it's a promotion. Like he was doing his normal head coaching responsibilities. He's doing that, and now he's calling the defense. Now, again, some of that is delegation of Brian Duker, and we got our first taste of the Brian Duker press conference, which is a separate show. I'll have to do at a different time. But, like some of that's getting delegated to him, but I think there is more being balanced. But I like the fact that Aaron Glenn has months and months and months to prepare for this. So if he's not ready in week one for like calling the defense and being the head coach, and shame on him, he's had months to prepare. Let's hope that he's maximizing this time correctly. Hopefully he's learning from mistakes. And I agree with Gator that like, we don't know whether or not there's been Aaron Glenn improvement. It seems like there has, like media savvy wise. It seems like, there were decisions made and he went out of his way. I saw it during rookie minicamp that he was explaining why they made decisions. Like, ooh, we're going to do this with David Bailey, and here's why, because of this. Like, he didn't explain his whys a lot last year. So I thought media-wise, there's been a little bit of improvement there. But ultimately, it comes down to the brass tacks. Is Aaron Glenn able to head coach in the last 4 minutes of the first half and ends of games to win us ball games? And if he is, Aaron Glenn's going to be here for a long time. If he isn't, we're going to be making a switch to the head coach position. So I think that's where it ends up going here. Again, 300 plus people in the room. We got a ton of callers. So let's keep rolling here. Up next on the conga line, Mikey Midnight, baby.
Hey, Paul Green, I love you, buddy. And Johnny Boy knows me, and Snowball, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Mikey?
Yeah,
What's up,
I'm
man?
at a house, but I'm home.
Good.
But I got my new car today. Saturday.
Right.
I got the new car Saturday. It's a Toyota Camry, 2000. It's a 2016 Toyota Camry, and it's like 2,067 miles. But
Nice.
I don't travel that much. It's right in town, and it was good. Everybody, the guy who owned the place, he wanted to sell it to him, but he wanted a sports car. Well, I like this car a lot better.
Hey, here's a double dip. First off, Mikey's back for the hot shot.
That's my favorite team. We're going to be 17-1. We're going to be 17.
That's what I'm talking about. And my boy Mikey's got a new whip.
Yeah, we're going to be 17-1. We go lose to Buffalo at Buffalo.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
yeah, baby.
Like in the playoffs, or do you
No,
think we're
at the end of the season?
Oh, so 16-1. Okay. Yeah, well, we have 17 games. Okay, cool, Mikey. I like it.
Well, I won't be going to the Cleveland game until I get the heart thing. Because if I did that, I had to go to New York. If I had that thing again, my dad said it would be hard for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, anytime you go to a Jets game, your heart could be in jeopardy, and that's for all of us that go to these games. So,
I know the Jets are my team, and then the Knicks go win the championship with the eyes closed.
Hell yeah!
Go New York, go! Hey, Knicks fans gotta love. There's a game 7 tonight. Nice.
Yeah, I think Cleveland's going. Then the Knicks go beat the home field, right?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, if Cleveland won, New York would have home court advantage throughout the Eastern Conference.
I'm going for Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland beats Detroit tonight. Nice, good. I think that's a better matchup for you guys anyway.
And then Jake asked me, said Miami or Oakland, the Raiders. I might want to go to the Raiders game to tell off Tom Brady.
Oh, there you go. Oh, are you saying those are the two games Jake's considering for his tailgate?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, either one is good.
Wait, are you coming to Vermont?
We will see. Hopefully, I'm coming soon, but we'll see.
Yeah.
TBD.
And you could visit me, you and your dad.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to, Mikey. Thanks for hosting us.
and he was born in Brattleboro Hospital. I was in Brattleboro Hospital for a whole week, at the hospital.
Yeah, maybe you delivered my dad. That could have happened. Sure.
Yeah, they know everybody.
Yeah, Brattleboro's a beautiful town. I love it. We'll be back soon. I can't wait to see
I live in you know where Guilford, Vermont is?
No.
It's on Route 5 going south. It's right across the street for the fire station. We could get you there.
Oh, great. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. You're a nice guy, Paul Green. You're my homeboy.
I try to do what I can. Yeah, you're my homeboy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I call my car now? I got a new name for it.
Let me know.
Homie. Because he's home with me. Yeah. And then the Jets are playing Detroit. My cat's team. She loves Detroit Lions.
Oh,
so we get to watch the game together.
That's going to be a lot of fun, Mikey. I'm glad you're home, though, from the hospital. That's great news,
yeah,
buddy.
Me too. I'm relaxing today.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
I love you guys. When I could watch Johnny Eats show and Snowball.
Friday night.
Someone help me. Friday night?
Yeah, Friday night, 7:30. Jets Worldwide on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I could do this Friday. Worldwide, put worldwide, right?
That's
YouTube, right?
Jets Worldwide. Yeah. And then it'll pop right up.
I know how to spell world.
Okay.
Wide.
Yeah, there you go.
And then who's going to be on the show? Gator, I was happy Gator was on.
Yeah, I like seeing him every once in a while. It's nice.
Yeah, I love him very much. But I know Bobby doesn't go on his show anymore.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, we'll have to get Bobby back on soon, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get his, because it's depressed. I know that.
Oh,
I could tell.
But we're all with you, so no one should be depressed. We're all here cheering on the Jets.
I'm not depressed. I'm getting better, hopefully.
All right, please do, Mikey, okay? Please do, buddy.
And everybody, I love everybody on your show, guys.
Mikey, love you too, man.
I love you. I hope you can go to Raiders game, guys. The Raiders.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. So we'll see if that ends up being the Jake Ashman game, Mikey. That would be great. Hit it.
Jets, Jets.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mikey Midnight.
Here we go, guys.
Every time I watch that video, I want to put like real Jet fans in front of those two chicks, okay? Like, and you know why. You know why.
Yeah, they took off their tops and Steelers ended up being underneath. Unbelievable.
Normally we're like, oh, it took their tops off. No, we're like, ah.
Yeah, apparently horrible. They work there. I didn't know that. So yeah, an unfortunate reality. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, let's keep the train going here. We got plenty of people calling into the show. Love it. Up next is Bill Aimley.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good morning, sir. Hey, let's go Mets.
That's right. Let's go Mets. They're finally getting it together, starting to play better.
Did you guys see that? Syracuse last night? Garrett Cole was on the mound here in Syracuse. Well, I guess technically the game's on the road, so it's in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. But Syracuse beat the Garrett Cole Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, baby. It happened in extra innings. So suck it, Garrett Cole. Nice.
There you go. It remains to be seen how the rest of the season goes, because all of a sudden these injuries are starting to mount up on them. Losing Clay Holmes is a big one, because he's definitely by far their workhorse. He's their ace in my view. So to lose him,
how
is
unlucky!
big.
Break his leg, like Jesus! Like he should be back at some point before the end of the season. So we'll see when that is.
Yeah. And it's great to see Mikey back home. It was definitely a rough time for him when he went to the hospital. So.
Yeah.
We're glad he's home.
He's back home. I mean, this is terrific news. Great.
Yep, absolutely. Given how badly the Jets lost their last 5 games, it's no surprise that the schedule makers say, "Oh, we cannot have this on a Monday Thursday or even a Sunday night. It's like no way,
anytime, right?
No way, no way. Especially the way they set up Brady Cook for success. Oh, that's right, they didn't.
They did not. Yeah,
As
Brady
Aaron
got
Glenn says, it's coaching.
It's coaching. He has a lot of catchphrases with his action figure that superpowers, coaching, all kinds of things that he said, and hopefully he's able to flip it around. We can only hope.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he says it more to pump up his team than anything else.
Probably, right.
Yeah, let's just say his choice of words and the timing is like all off. It's like, yeah, that explains 3-14 to me. But I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I say, I believe the Jets could win 4 of the first 6. I can see them being the Titans, the Packers, the Browns, and yes, the Pats.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. The Packers, because I don't know, but it seemed like Love last year was oddly inconsistent. He looked a lot more like C.J. Stroud than his own self. And I'm like, holy shit, what the hell's going on with some of these quarterbacks? That all of a sudden they're just looking shaky, I'm right now I'm being a little bit more optimistic. Winning 9 between 7 and 9 games to me is very good. Obviously, Snowball is even more optimistic than me, and that's fine. Are you kidding me? The more optimistic people on this channel, the better. Yes. Rather than having some of the negative people and some of the few that I think are still trolls, people who just want to get under our skin and say, "Okay, let me say this to get them all pissed off," because Jake gets a few of those on his show because they know exactly what to say to set him off. Why are we talking about Zach Wilson again? As an example. Yeah. They like setting him off. It was good to see Gator on because I believe he's the one that did your the show thing,
100%.
Which is great.
Yeah. He made the intro. You don't see it right now because we're in the Quattro box right now, but the Boy Green Daily behind and the coffee being poured, that's way above my pay grade. I'm too much of an idiot to know how to do any of that kind of stuff. So, Gator is a super talented guy. So I'm very happy that he's a fan of the show. And he deserves it all. Gator's the man.
Yeah. We're all hoping that for all our sakes, including his, that the Jets will have a solid year and everyone can start to relax a little bit and start thinking more positive. Because God only knows, I've always considered our team a cursed franchise. The football gods are evil.
Yeah, they do have a cruel sense of humor with a lot of things that happen with the Jets. Vinny, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Chad Pennington's shoulder and it never being the same. I mean, boy, there's a lot of things in history that I could count towards that snake-bitten franchise. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to all the spouses, girlfriends, etc., who put up with us Jet fans. We love them all. We love them all.
That's true. Amen.
And a shout out to my son. He's visiting his daughter out in San Antonio.
Cool.
Yeah. So he'll be there for her graduation from 3rd grade on Wednesday.
Cool.
So that'll be
fun.
That's
awesome. Oh, great.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much it. You guys have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks,
and everyone take care. Let's go Jets and Mets. And Knicks.
And next, Jets, Jets, METS, Mets, KNICKS, Knicks. I'm not sure if that's the same ring, but
some of us see the burning building and run away. Some of us see the burning building, we run into the building. Some of us just sit on the sidelines and watch the building burn. Which one are you?
I'm the dumbass that runs into it. And I've done it before.
I probably fell asleep in it, but either way, different strokes, different folks. Back to the phone lines, Kyle Clifton. Which, by the way, with Kyle, remember he said that we were like, oh boy, when's our tailgate going to be? What game is it going to be? And he says, well, the best chances may be if it was a Cleveland game, and it's the Browns game. So the odds are up on Kyle Clifton possibly coming to the tailgate.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible now. So more to come on that. How close are you to being filled?
Let's see. So on tailgate, we're 4 or 5 spots away, and then game wise, the game, as far as I know, until the 20th, which he tells me what's literally the constraints of the section. We'll see on that. I don't believe we have any constraints on tickets right now. Game tickets. Okay. We're at 80 plus right now.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay.
Listen, I'm optimistic about the players that we brought in.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's going to be 6 or 7 wins. But I'm here for the ride, right? I'm willing to be proven wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to see the Aaron Glenn growth since he's going to be here anyway.
Hell yeah.
I see it going the other way, but I'm willing to be pleasantly surprised by it. Your father going in on Jets fans.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. They've had 3 playoff wins since the year 2000. We've had twice as many.
100%.
He's a cowgirl.
Since the last time they've been to to their conference championship game, we've been there 3 times. So they have a much more storied history than us.
Sure.
They're not in their division. I like what they did in their draft.
Mm-hmm.
I like what we did in our draft. We're all just trying to build to get to the same place. But if it were a Patriots fan dunking on us, I would kind of understand it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Messed up. Yeah, it's messed up. So I'm taking him to the woodshed for that a little bit.
Please do. I encourage that behavior, quite frankly.
Yeah. Lastly, a little bit of an Aaron Rodgers postmortem. A lot of fans were upset that we didn't retain his services.
Yes.
Because they think that we're still getting prime Aaron Rodgers and that we were ready to win.
Right.
Exactly.
And we weren't. And he's 40 years old and he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the end of the day,
mm-hmm.
they made the right decision to move on from him. Because could you imagine trying to put in a new program and this guy dithering about whether he's going to come back, not for 1 year, but for 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
Even after you had to change course. Now, they've exacerbated that decision by making other bad decisions.
Right, of course. Yep.
They brought in Fields, and I think we were all willing to give Fields one last chance because based on the physical ability. But overpaying him by $10 million probably wasn't necessary.
Sure.
It's just I think Jets fans should willingly let Aaron Rodgers go at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It was a worthwhile experiment. Since we thought we were close, we were obviously wrong.
Yep.
Just like the Favre experiment was a worthwhile experiment and probably would have actually turned out if he didn't get hurt.
8-3. Oh my God. Alan Clemens could have won more. He could have done better than 1-4 down that stretch instead of Brett Favre and his bum arm.
I've been thinking about that season a lot because, a lot of people are headed to Nashville, and I was at that game in Nashville.
10-0 Titans, yeah.
When Favre got hurt, and I can tell you guys that are going that it is a tremendous place. It's walkable from downtown to get to the stadium.
Ooh. Oh, I love that.
I stayed at the Nashville Sheraton downtown, which I think is still there, and it's right near the Grand Ole Opry and Broadway, where everyone goes, and the honky tonks where you can get something to eat or watch free music. So
cool.
Have a great time, gentlemen. I'm going to continue to investigate the logistics of the Browns game and of July 11th, quite frankly. So
a little GGBC, a little Gangrene Beach Club action. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you playing with them?
Oh yeah. Who are you playing with? Because that's a key question.
Well, that's the thing. My playing days are over. My knees are shot. So,
So you're off the draft board. So I should remove, for medical reasons, I need to remove you from my board.
That is absolutely correct. Yes. But I kind of regret it because I was hard to block. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to maybe getting down there and
wait,
and
Kyle, you hearing those chants? One more match. Wait, people, calm down.
We just walk you into the end zone and just have you put your arm up.
That's true.
We just do that.
Sub package player at this point, maybe.
I'd have to brace them both up like Bruce Wayne after he got his back broken in The Dark Knight Rises.
Dude,
yeah, I don't see it
and his back and everything goes, and he's ready. He's like, "Oh, I'm good, baby. Let's go." Hell yeah!
All right, it's okay. We could see it. That could be the first time I meet Chicago. That could be early at the July 11th event. Again, I hope that happens, brother. Keep looking into it. I know there's a lot of logistics for all kinds of people that may or may not want to come to some of these events. That's cool, man. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah, I'm trying to use the green colored glasses, as you guys can see. I'm not quite there yet, but hopefully I'm excited about the talent we've brought in, and hopefully I'll get fully there by the opening of the season.
See what happens after a week 1 win against the Titans, Kyle.
That's it. Take care, guys.
All right, there we go. Kyle Clifton, apparently medically off the board. That's not something the Boy Green draft team was anticipating, so that's unfortunate. All right, we'll go back to the drawing board here, reevaluate draft board, see who else is on there.
Use him like a Jumbo Elliott. Just run him into the end zone.
That's possible, and have that look on his face when he catches it.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. A little jumbo action. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. This guy was a gifter of gifters earlier. It's Derek, the Kansas Jets fan, baby.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what up, Derek?
Brother?
Hello, JB, Paul, Boy Green.
Yeah.
I hope you're all having a good one, man. I kind of want to echo some sentiments that Kyle Clifton was laying down. And kind of some that Gator was too. I understand the upcoming skepticism about this team. And I kind of was impartial earlier because I feel like regardless of what you think about Geno Smith, we might actually, I don't know, man, with the speed that we have on this offense, we probably have one of the fastest offenses in the NFL, in my opinion. We could sneak up on some people. The first 5 weeks are really tough. Jake brought up on a show the other day. It's I think week 1 is a must win against the Titans, especially against a former head coach. I'm not sure how we all feel about that. And the amount of ex-Jets that they have on the roster. If you line them up and you stack them up, I love Aaron Glenn. I want him to win so bad. I truly do. And I think that this prior coaching matchup against Robert Saleh is really going to prove a lot to the rest of their season. Because we got Packers, Lions, Bears right after that, and then the Browns. So I hope, or you would think that we come out maybe 2-3, even Lions, Packers, Bears. I think we can beat the Lions or the Bears. I don't know about the Lions. I'm not quite sold on our defense yet, but I think those first 5 weeks will epitomize the rest of our season. I kind of want to gather your guys' thoughts on how you guys feel the first 5 weeks are going to pan out.
Yeah, so I think, and let's pull it up. I think I still have it up here. Okay, yep, my graphic folded. Okay, let me pull back up in my archives here. Let's get the schedule up, baby. Here we go. Shout out to Jake Asman and his wonderful graphic team for slapping this together. All right, so here it is. Okay, so the first 5 weeks are as follows. At the Tennessee Titans, home for the Green Bay Packers, at the Detroit Lions, at the Chicago Bears, and home for the Browns. To me, the two obviously winnable games there are Titans and Browns. Now, I'm not saying these other 3 are not winnable. So, let's just play this out. So those are 2 that they're in your same weight class, as Rich Cimini was sort of describing. So you could win both of those games without blinking. Now, to me, can you get one of the other 3? If you can, after the first 5 weeks, you're 3-2. Okay, that sounds pretty good to me. If you surprise more than that, then woohoo, that's great. 4-1 or 5-0, that's awesome. But I think they could beat Tennessee and Cleveland without even thinking twice. Deshaun Watson and Cam Ward, okay. And then we're down to these other 3. If you win against Tennessee and you go into that Green Bay game at home, I think you have a lot of energy and no Micah Parsons. And look at Green Bay's history. Speaking of teams, they went into Cleveland and lost to Cleveland here within the last 2 years. The Jordan Love-led Packers have folded before and have just lost to random teams. Detroit, again, I think Aaron Glenn is going to have that advantage. Bears are tough, but they're also topsy-turvy. I've seen them just have bad games against teams. So to me, I think best case scenario, realistically best case scenario, because best case scenario, I guess technically is 5-0, is 3-2. If you come out of that 3-2, you are feeling amazing. And at New England, past that 5-week stretch you're talking about is difficult, of course. But then you have Dolphins, Raiders after that. So let's say you started out 3-2 after the first 5 games. Let's say at New England's difficult. You lose your 3-3. You could beat the Dolphins and Raiders. All of a sudden, you're 5-3 going into the Kansas City game. So I think there is a path here to be relevant, and you're hovering around that 500 ball for a large chunk of the season, and then maybe from there you can launch into potentially going on these mini runs. So that's what I think, but let's go around the horn here. Snowball?
Yeah, the beginning part of the season, it is not going to be easy. The Titan game, I'm not saying that we're going to trounce the Titans, but
right,
it could be a shootout. With the Titans, we're going to win, but it could be a shootout there. Packers, I like being home for the Packers as opposed to going to Lambeau.
Oh, for sure.
So, definitely advantage us. And as Paul said before, Love does, last season I had him in fantasy. Erratic as all hell.
Who did you have?
Love.
Oh, Jordan Love. I was like, Jeremiah Love.
Right?
In my head, that's immediately who I thought of. I'm like, Jeremiah Love. How'd you have him in fantasy last year? Good season, good year.
Jordan Love.
I see. Yes.
He was erratic the entire season. So I'm not saying that he's going to be a powerhouse when he comes in. If we win Titans and then we come home, that stadium is going to be outstanding, electric, out of control. Jordan Love is going to have his hands full. So
let's go.
We win. And then,
obviously,
listen, at Lions, this is a tough game.
The Lions' den.
Yeah, this is a very difficult game for the Jets to play. I don't give much hope. To me, that's their first loss, right? So 2-1. Bears. This is to me, this is a prove it game for Aaron Glenn and Frank Reich, because the challenges are on both sides of the ball. When you really think about it, this is Reich's offense going against a kind of like crazy defense, and then Aaron Glenn trying to expose the offense of the Bears. So this is for me, this is the Glenn Reich prove it game to prove their merit as to how good they can actually be. Browns will win. So I got us at 3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
I would
say 3-2. Which again, I think is the realistic best case scenario. Could you do better? Of course you could do better than that. We'll see. But if you're just an optimistic Jets fan that looks at this, the Titans and Browns are winnable games. And then you give me one of Packers, Lions, Bears. You can't figure it out some way, somehow. An oblong-shaped football bounces the right way for you to be 3-2. And I think you're in a really, really good position. Yeah.
I feel like it might come down to kicker, but I want to get JB's opinion on here too. Do you think we can maybe come swinging outside the gates at 2-2 or a potential 3-2 or 2-3?
I mean, I think so. I did want to touch base on what you were talking about. That is week 1 a must win.
I
don't think it is. How can you say that? For me, at least, my opinion only. How can you say week 1 is a must win when it's 18 weeks? So let's just say we lose week 1, but then we beat the Packers, right? The Lions are on a decline. We beat them, right? We go to the Bears, we lose. And then at the Browns, we win because we'll be there, and we are at 3-2. I'm gonna be pumped. I'm just gonna be like, hell yeah, The Titans game, it was a game that maybe was super close for us, and the rookies were figuring it out right then and there, and you saw the impact that Bailey and Will could potentially have. You see maybe Pons, I don't know, picks off a Cam Ward. If he's playing there, it's just there's the glimpse to start seeing like, holy shit, they're building something here, and then you're feeling more confident maybe going into the Packers game, and then it's a statement game. Boom, we beat Jordan Love, right? Home game. We're like, hey, we're doing it. So
Jets have a winning record historically versus Packers too.
So I just again I just don't feel like, at least for me, week 1 is a must win. I would say it's more of a statement game, winning coming out the gate and being like, hell yeah, like look what we're doing, right? And we're going into the home game against the Packers, just foaming of the mouth. We're just straight Incredible Hulks out there, just looking nuts, right? And that was a big shout out to our guy Mikey Hulkhands. So yeah, so I mean, 3-2. I mean, 4-1 is 5-0 to start the season. That's
7-0, 10-0.
Dude, can you imagine?
Dude,
yeah,
I wish so much. JB, I love that you're optimistic, but you're also like reasonable. Because I feel like that 5-week stretch might define the season. I do concur after hearing you talk about it that maybe the Titans is not a must-win week 1, but it's because it's a 17-game schedule. If we come out 1-0 compared to 0-1, Packers, Lions, Bears. I could be wrong, but I think the NFC North and the AFC West, who we got slated with both here, are arguably maybe the toughest divisions in football. But
I'd probably put NFC West in there as a very tough one, who we obviously have a little bit of a sprinkle of that. But I think you're, I know Jake has gotten a lot of crap for week 1, absolute must win, the season's over. And then deploys Conor McGregor on ESPN New York and say, I heard all your guys' complaints about my take, and I'd like to apologize. It's absolutely no one, because I'm Jake Ashman. That was phenomenal. But I would just say, man, from a perception standpoint, like, we have not won, as Jake pointed out on his stats, have not won a Sunday opener since 2015. That's 11 years ago. I would love just to get that monkey off the back, and with all the hatred that is out there, and some warranted, some not, like for the Jets just to be 1-0, to just like be in that moment in time, to celebrate that, to look forward to week 2 would just be cool. Of course, someone tweeted, I can't remember if it was at Jake's account or the ESPN New York account, that like, hey, the Raiders last year, they won their first game in Foxborough, and then they were the worst team in football. There's other teams that have like won the first game and then terrible things have happened, or the opposite. They've lost week 1 and then they've gone on to win the Super Bowl. So of course there's all that out there, but it would just be cool to just, especially Roberts on the revenge and all that extra crap. Like, it would just be very meaningful to say, screw you, buddy. Yeah, this is a new era. It would just be awesome. I hope it happens.
BG, I just think that's what's gonna, like, that's the narrative that's gonna be pushed out there. If we do lose week
Super
1,
chat for you, Johnny Boy. Super chat for you, Johnny Boy, from Fastest Food Review, Chef Kevin Gilbert.
Wow.
Our super chat. Did I just hear Johnny Boy say we're going 7-0? Let's go, Jets.
I think it's Let's Go Johnny.
And look, and I'm gonna say this right here as a Boy Green Daily exclusive. I think that Breece Hall, I know Breece Hall is gonna have a 30% better season than he did last year. I think this dude, right? So 1,300 yards. Let's go.
Wait,
I think so.
Yes, 30%.
Oh, imagine if he had a quarterback, bro. Like Jay Fields, got mad love for him. Like, I was the most hyped. So the year that we signed Aaron Rodgers, that year, we beat Buffalo. We beat them week 1.
Yeah, it was
on
awesome.
A punt return by Xavier Gibson.
Yeah,
and Victoria's Achilles. So we start off 1-0. So that's to JB's point here. That's why I think that he's probably right in week 1 don't matter. But I was kind of maybe speaking more towards like our sentiments as Jet fans is how the rest of the season is going to go. Like, because 1-0, like, it's a vast difference. Because I remember being very optimistic and excited after beating Buffalo, even though it was at home on the punt return that Gibson got in overtime. But the Jets finished that year. I believe PFF had them ranked as the number 1 defense behind the Ravens. I could be wrong.
2023, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I could be wrong on that statistic. So I just think that, especially to Kyle Clifton's point and everybody earlier, like, I love Aaron Glenn, like the human being, but you're gonna have to show us like, and that's a tough stretch. So like, I don't want to be that Jets fan that starts 1-2, 1-3. Like, I obviously hope we win more than that, but I don't want to be that Jets fan that just poops on Aaron Glenn like when you don't have the reason to per se. But I really think with Geno Smith and like this offense, like I think we have one of the fastest offenses in the entire National Football League, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I'm more intrigued to see in the matchups, and if Aziz Thomas stays healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if you make CB2 on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like him more in the slot, but I'd rather put Pons there. Brandon Stevens through the first 6 weeks last year, like I used to give PFF so much grief, but like their base rankings and like I kind of follow them throughout the season. Brandon Stevens' first 7 weeks was like one of the top corners in the league. I think if we can catch the Titans early and we get the home game against the Packers, I see a very realistic expectation of maybe starting 2-0 at the Titans and at home against the Packers. What do you guys think?
I just want the world to know when we're 2-0, I'm going to be intolerable. We're going 17-0. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Zach Wilson 7-3.
Oh my God, 100%. I am screaming to the high rooftops, and that would be.
I feel that it's feasible. I really do. Like,
I think so too. I
I
don't think it's unrealistic. Yeah.
I'm very excited for the upcoming season. The biggest thing that concerns me.
Hey, Derek, are you making it up to the Jets-Browns game? You making it up with us at the tailgate?
Nashville.
Oh, you'll be at Nashville. Okay, you'll see Johnny Boy tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm half and half on that right now. We'll see
I had to boil it down to if I want to make Atlantic City or if I want to make the Nashville game. And I got my ticket to the Nashville game already. I know. I'm still going to try to make both of them. I'm saying
okay. Where are you? Where are you? You're in Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, I live about 70 miles away from Kansas City.
God. Oh, okay.
I agree. So at least the drive to the plane to get to Nashville. But I do plan on. I want to try and make Atlantic City, but I don't know if it's in the card.
If you can, I'll meet you. I can't wait to do it, Derek. And thanks for the support of the show, man. You're the best.
Thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a good one, man. JTS, Jets.
Damn straight, baby. Yeah, we'll see. I was going to go with my old man because we do a yearly Father's Day trip, and it looked like things could line up for the Titans game. I'm like, oh, that'd be sweet. We'd see a bunch of people. Fortunately, he's in Romania, so he's out, and I'm by myself. So I'd have to figure out the financials if I was going to do it. We'll see.
Cheaper going by yourself.
You're not by yourself. I'm not?
You're with the Jets.
Yeah, I guess that's true. $5 super chat coming in from our boy Jet71, who we love from our Boy Green Espresso Club.
Wow.
A $5 super chat coming in from Jet71, who says, don't forget Jet fans with NFL draft derangement syndrome, always looking to the draft, hoping they will lose. See, again, I think any fans that have that perspective in general are like not great. But you guys can do whatever you want out in the audience. But I think specifically like this year, like, oh, no. Geez, we won. That's terrible. Like, no, we've got the Colts pick. We have the Packers or Cowboys pick. Like, they can lose. We can win. Both of those things can happen. It's possible. We could all lose. We could all win. There's a lot of different combinations of things that can happen. But it's true, Jet 71. The people that are already from March for Arch, like, Jesus, man, enjoy the season. Take a smoke break. Take your kids out to the park, for God's sakes. Like, what the hell is going on out there? Like, I
love Jet 71. Big shout out to Jet 71.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, we'll have our Espresso Club meeting coming up at the end of the month. So let's go.
The Boston accent is amazing.
It is. All right. Let's keep going here. We've got Mikey Holkans.
Mikey Holkans.
Hey, so I have to say this. All right. So shout out to our guy Mikey Holkans. Okay. So
yeah,
he loved the Pancho Verde.
It's a great look.
Whole outfit, right?
Yeah.
And he came on Friday night onto Jets for a Wide, and he said, "Hey, I got a surprise for you." And first off, it's Mikey Holkans, okay? He's iconic, dog. Like, everybody. This dude is everywhere right now with the New York Jets. Anything that's you seeing with the draft, you're seeing Mikey there, okay? He comes on. He's like, hey, I got you this. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, dude, it's another poncho for you. And I have been knighted by super fan, die-hard Hall of Fame, Mikey Hogan's. So this look will be in Nashville, rooting the green and white, and I cannot not wait. It is awesome, bro. So again, I wanted to share it on here. Thank you again, Mikey, man. It's fucking badass, dude. Badass.
And it's reversible, so home and away games, and moisture wicking, and everything.
Okay, beautiful. That's great. I love it. So thank you for the Poncho love. You're on the program. Poncho up. Up next, C, who is coming to the C is for the Cleveland Browns game that he's coming to with us, baby. Wahoo! What's up, C?
Hey, Johnny boy. Hey, Snowball. Hey, Paul.
What's up, C?
I can hear the birds. Look how beautiful that scene is. Wow. Look at where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I live kind of in the woods. Anyway.
It's romantic.
I'll tell you something. You have a pen on you, Boy Green, or a pencil?
Yep. I come prepared to class every day.
Write this down. The number 10. 10.
Okay.
That's how many wins we are going to get. 10.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
In the first 10 weeks?
Yes.
No, during the whole season.
Oh, okay.
I can't go game by game because the NFL, no matter what we think, thank you, Snowball. Too predictable. It's too unpredictable, I should say. Okay, thank you. And like Robert Saleh said, that's my receipt. And at the end of this, thank you, Johnny boy. And at the end of the season, if I'm wrong, you can all get on me. But I'll tell you what, I am always optimistic. I see when people see bad with the Jets, I see a lot of positives from this offseason.
Hell yeah.
And if you can't look at this team and you can't always, of course, you can't prove something before it happens, but as much as you could be not optimistic about the season, you can also look at this and be optimistic about the season, about the people we brought in, about the draft, about Aaron Glenn. I think he's got a different attitude. I think he learned. People can learn from their mistakes. Mm-hmm. If you're just bad in the beginning, you're not always going to be bad. I mean, look, if people would kill themselves if that was the case. Oh my God, I failed at this. I'll never be good at it. I don't even want to try anymore. You can't be like that. You have to, if you have confidence in yourself and you are a person that believes in themselves, you have to give yourself a second chance. You have to learn from that. And he brought people in that are going to help him. He brought players in that are going to help him. So I am going to be optimistic about this season. As easily as somebody can feel terrible about the season. So look, that's just the way I feel. And you can fan how you want to fan, but I got to say, man, if you can't be optimistic at this point, then maybe, you know what? There's 31 other teams out there. Go find another one.
Hell yeah.
Right? Yeah. Hey, listen, I want to show you something. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you it was my wife's birthday?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is her flower garden.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And this is the planter I made her. Can you see it?
Sarah's garden.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Nice. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but cool. This is her wildflower garden.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So I figured
have a slice of heaven out here.
And were those two sombreros in back of you when you were sitting down? Were those two sombreros?
Oh my God, those are my frogs.
Oh, those are your frogs.
You see that?
Pancho Verde lives.
That's my little frog band.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's their name? Johnny Boy and Snowball?
Yeah. I don't actually have names for them. You know, I a couple of years ago, I was walking with my two granddaughters, and somebody was throwing them away, and they were out at the curb. So I said to them, "Okay, everybody grab a frog. We're bringing these home."
Ah, that's awesome.
And what
now they live.
What I do sometimes, when people come over, I put a Bluetooth speaker in their mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I play music, and it's like I have a little mariachi band behind me.
Johnny Boy and Snowball. We just named.
I was going to say.
And then I have.
Pancho Verde.
I used to have a jet symbol on this, but this is my little jet.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love it.
Too.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right, you got great place.
Yeah, it used to say Jets on it, but it got kind of worn off. Yeah, I got to get another sticker for it. But anyway, getting back to the Jets, look, I'm going to continuously be optimistic about it. You can see all the bad shit you want. You can look at last year. I'm just saying, if you can't look at this offseason to be optimistic and see the positives that this, Glenn and Muji have brought, I think you're not looking at it right. You're looking at it the wrong way. You got to be positive. And like I always say, there's 31 other teams out there. You can always pick a winner and go root for one,
That's true.
Anyway, listen. Okay, I see that.
ELP Johnny Boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hey, listen, Johnny Boy and Snowball. I have not been on Jets Worldwide yet, but
shame on you.
Well, when is it on? I'm gonna be on
Friday nights.
Friday nights at 7:30. I know you're busy Friday night at 7:30, but this Friday, make the exception.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. Today's my day off. I don't go to the gym today and swim.
Okay.
And I can't help you out at the touch football game because, I'm a little bit defective. But I'll tell you what.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. I saw you on the injury report for the back, but I assumed it was because you were on the injury report because you had been carrying the team. So your back was sore from carrying the team. That's what I thought it was.
That's exactly right. But if you ever have a swimming competition, that's my specialty because that's what I do every day.
Well, I'll tell you this. If like the football game, I hope the football game goes great. We win the championship, the money, the fame, the glory. But if for some reason it starts to go south, I'm like, okay, people, let's do another competition. Let me try to think off the top of my head, swimming. And I'm going to pretend like I just came up with it as like, I don't know. Oh, there's a pool right here. Let's swim. And then I'll be like, okay. I'll call my ringer and I'll be like, actually, we have one more member of the team. And then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, C is the captain. That's what the C stands for. And he comes out running Baywatch style and dives into the water like a dolphin and swimming comp. Boy Green team versus everybody else. You're our designated swimmer. You're our DS.
Well, thank you. And I will be listening to more content this week because my wife is leaving in a few minutes for a yoga retreat. In North Carolina.
Shout out to Sarah.
So I will be home the whole week, but me and the dogs.
Okay.
So we'll be home. So, I'll be able to listen to Jet content without anybody getting, hey, what are you doing with that earbud in your ear all day?
Yeah, right.
That's what I get,
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, listen,
you're your own man. See, you're your own man. You can watch and listen to whatever the hell you want. So you're going to have that freedom at least for the next couple of days until you no longer have that power because your wife returns. But for a while, she's gone. Take advantage.
Until Friday, I'll be on my own.
Beautiful.
Listen, it was. I'll see you guys Friday night.
Let's go.
And remember, you have to be optimistic about the season.
Yeah.
Go Jets.
There you go. JETS. Jets.
Party at
Jets. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. I like that party. The garden.
Bring your dogs.
I think we just got invited. I'm pretty sure. Hey, shout out to everybody watching Boy Green Daily right now. Please make sure you guys are hitting the like, hit the sub. But there is an invitation this week to Party at Seas. We're going straight party weekend at Bernie style. at our guy C's magical garden. Do not touch Sarah's freaking, flowers
Marigolds.
Because what I mean. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't touch her petunias. Yeah. Hands off the merch. Hands off the Gerber daisies, you freak. Yeah.
Rock
so
out.
Nice.
With your C out.
Or cock, whichever one.
Whoa.
Whatever.
Okay. Or Clifton, maybe, is another way. Kyle Clifton with a $2 super chat here on the show.
Wow.
$2 super chat says, haven't been to the playoffs in 15 years. They're all must wins. And again, I love the Rich Cimini story you told on the Jets Collective because Jake was going crazy. Oh, Titans must win game. And then Rich says, I heard from the old Bills coach, Marv Levy, one time when someone told him, hey, there's a must win game coming up, coach. And Marv Levy goes, boys, World War II was must win.
Yeah.
Every time that gets me. So Kyle, I agree. They're all must wins. Every week I'm going in like, let's freaking go. Let's win this game. And hopefully that energy, that enthusiasm and everything is infectious to everybody else, but appreciate it. So shout out to you, Kyle. We've added this to your raffle ticket total. Beautiful. Kyle Clifton. Nice.
Loopy, give me a break, man. This was
what?
the only clean one. I'm doing laundry today, all right?
Okay, what did he just say? Oh, I see it now. Hold on, what color is Snowball's shirt? Oh boy. Apparently this would not be acceptable for the
I'm not
Green
going
Beach
to the
Club.
draft. I'm not going to the draft. Stop it.
What does Luby have against America? Like, geez, Lou.
Loopy is all about America. He's just
so what on July 4th? What colors is he wearing? You know what I mean?
Green and white.
Green and white.
Apparently,
with a Jet legend holding the American flag.
Luby is hilarious, though. Luby's funny. Don't bring that to Section 110. He says. So
no, this is definitely not coming to Section 110. I got the whole thing planned out for Section 110.
There you go,
dude. It is so funny that they made sure on that damn Green Beach Club flyer, big bold letters, wear green and white, and it's like pointing at Boy Green. Like,
it is.
You see the Paul, right?
It would have been like it is. Let's see. So I'm 4 names from the bottom. It would have been funny if I was either the last name, so it like almost read Paul Boy Green Eston Jr. wear green and white. That would have been funny if they moved me a little bit on the graphic. That would have been hilarious. But I did hear from Luby that I was solely the reason that he put that on there. So, yep. See, he says it right there. It was really for BG. I appreciate that. So heard. So I will be there for the Saturday, July 11th event, ganggreenbeachclub.com, $25 tickets. Again, you guys do not have to stay at the Ocean Casino Resort. You can if you'd like, or any other hotel that's down there in Atlantic City. Feel free to do so. I will be there for a couple of days, but you guys can just come for the day. So again, ganggreenbeachclub.com, and hey, we might be giving away some tickets. So keep an eye out for that. We'll keep you guys posted. I see we have a membership being gifted here as we're wrapping up the show here imminently. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, is back, baby. Wahoo! Hit it. Johnny boy?
Gabra is the latest addition to the Boy Green Coffee Club Jets fan.
Great. All right. 11 raffle tickets for our boy Derek or D-Rock. Appreciate that. You guys, more raffle tickets, which, by the way, the raffle ticket price is boom. Garrett Wilson Funko Pop, New York Jets Polo, the cream and Kelly Green sideline historic 3930 flex hat, and apparently Johnny Boy throwing in some jorts.
The Father's Day special.
And the Father's Day Nikes are coming in as well. So the Monarchs, beautiful.
Black socks, flip-flops.
Yep. White socks pulled up to midway through the calf. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All their shorts parked up in the mid-chest area. So short shorts. There you go. The full combo platter is all available. Wow, this was a fun show. This was a fun show, boys.
It's over?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
What?
Let's put a bow on this puppy.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. Some breakfast, taking the kids out to the diner. So we'll enjoy some of that. First off, people, if you're listening to the audio only version of the show, Boy Green Daily is part of the Believe Believe Network. Believe. When I was at the Jets documentary special for the Twitter Die Hard series, they brought me in, and before I left, they said, "Hey, can we take a bunch of photos?" I said, "All right." And they put me on the stage, and behind me, you see a bunch of tweets and stuff. They said, "Hey, would you be cool doing a bunch of different poses for us?" And they said, "Just throw your crutches on the ground and just do a bunch of stuff." I was, all right. And I just apparently put my hands on my head, you're under arrest. And just crazy. They took 10 or 15 professional photo shots that I have in a folder somewhere. And there's a bunch of crazy ones. And then so Believe Network said, "Hey, we want to make you some new graphics. Can you send it? Do you have the original cuts of those photos?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have them right here." And I said, "Take whatever one you want." And they picked this one. So this is on the cover of all the Boy Green Daily art. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple or Amazon, this is the photo you see. You see this on YouTube and my Facebook page. My Twitter page, I still leave as the cool shot of us with David Bailey. I do have a cool Boy Green Daily photo I could put in there, but I just got to leave it as that. So there you go. It is awesome. So again, on the Believe Network, make sure you guys rate and review Boy Green Daily wherever you listen to your podcast. That would be great. We mentioned ganggreenbeachclub.com for all the details, $25 a ticket. And of course, the Jets-Browns tailgate is the one we will be hosting on October 11th. I will have more details on ticket pricing and everything else coming here shortly in 3 days. I meet with my Jets ticket rep. So hopefully I have a lot of answers to a lot of your questions out there in the universe. But if you want to make sure you guys do not miss it, like Kyle Clifton and others, make sure you guys sign up on the sheet that is in the YouTube description down below. It's an Excel sheet. It says early sign up sheet. I need your first and last name. If you're going to sit with us at the game, how many tickets you need. If you're going to be with us at the tailgate for the food and drink special, how many tickets would you need for that, and an email to reach out to you at. If you guys, for some reason, cannot access the sheet, which a few people have not been able to, that's all right. We have the email down below that is paulaesdenjr@gmail.com. If you ever forget my email, it's in my YouTube About section. So there's an email contact list that you can find it there as well. But it's PAULA, the letter ESDENJR@gmail.com. Just reach out and say, "Hey, my name is Joe Blow. I need this many tickets. And can you put me on the sheet? I had some issues." No worries. And again, if you don't get a response from me via email, that means I did not get it. Or I'm in the middle of a show. So make sure that I reach out to you and I will confirm your placement on the list. Boys, some plugs for Jets Worldwide. You had Ant-Man, you've had Mikey Hulk Hands. I mean, you're going through this bucket list of Dream Jets guests on the show, which have been pretty cool. Who's coming up next?
Man, we're excited to a debut on YouTube.
Okay.
We cannot wait to have her. If you guys follow TikTok, right. She also rocks with the Take Flight crew. We're actually having Court from Sports and Spreads, right?
Oh, I just met her at the draft. Yeah.
Yep. So she's making her debut this Friday with her dad. So we cannot wait to talk about the dynamic in regards to, we always talk about a Jet fan, it's generational, right? And I'm really excited to be able to showcase her. Dude, first off, if you guys see the chant that we're all in, her dad is to the left of us, and he is going in with us. And then you see the daughter there too, and it is awesome to see that live, and can't wait to talk about the dynamic, how he became a Jet fan, how does she become a Jet fan, what's the reasoning, what's the one memory from a dad's perspective to see oh man, my daughter is a Jet fan. This is fucking awesome to be able to have that, so can't wait to have them on the show. Again, Jets Worldwide this upcoming Friday, 7:30 p.m. But then after that, we got our guy Lou B, another super.
I'm reconsidering having Lou on the show right now. I'm reading the chat and I'm reconsidering it. He's crapping on my shirt, and Robert C is joining in. He's just a lemming in the chat. So listen, it's laundry day. Don't ask me to prove it. All right, this shirt sees maybe twice a year. Okay, it comes out for 4th of July.
Nice.
And just happened to come out on a short laundry day. So that's all right.
Yeah, I got to do laundry today too. So I'll make sure I'm hopping in on that. But love it. Yeah, maybe you're reconsidering Lou B. So for now, Lou B's on the schedule. That's great on the Jets Worldwide.
Can't keep Lou B off the show. He's such an awesome guy.
He is. That's awesome.
We go international again. We're going to go to Germany. So the week after
Lenny
Lou
Creek.
B, we got Thomas rocking with us, right? He's the president of the 103 crew in Germany. So can't wait to talk about that as well. And and then after that, we're going to have the game day flight crew is going to be rocking with us as well.
Holy crap! Wow.
Yeah, so it's we're trying to continue to keep showcasing the fan base and
that's cool, man.
What's it mean to be a Jet, and it's been awesome to be able to have that. The one we just had with Anth Cook on there, the International Fan of the Year. Guys, if you guys are watching, go check it out. Jets Worldwide, all one word, YouTube. Hit the sub, hit the like when you guys get over there. But the stories that he talks about, the fact that they were going down 1,000 strong Jet fans, in London, screaming the JETS chant, singing, "There's only one Garrett Wilson. There's only one." Can you imagine green smoke as they're going down 1,000 strong? How can you not be pumped for the fucking season?
It was an easy watch. And being on the show, I mean, listen, Ant did most of the talking, but the stories that this guy told, I was like jaw on the desk. Like I couldn't believe the stories that this guy was telling. Like amazing. Watch it. Go back.
I got to meet him at the draft. He is a super cool guy. It was cool to get to know him. We met a lot of people there at the draft who are pretty special people. So no, well worth it. Well worth it. I got to tune in while I was doing some Syracuse Mets baseball, and that was awesome. So big salute to Ant. All right. Well, I guess that puts a bow on this puppy. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. The 300 plus people that are in the room. I appreciate it. No matter where you're watching, though, if you're listening to the show on Believe, or perhaps you're on Facebook or Twitter right now, I will give a plug to my own YouTube channel, youtube.com/@boygreen25. If you haven't already, folks, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Here it is. That is the handle. It is youtube.com/@boygreen25. I had a dream one day that I would reach 10,000 YouTube subscribers, and we're getting closer and closer every day, which is pretty neat. We're at 8,644, so thanks to the new people that have joined us since on the show today. We're 1,300 and change away, 1,356, I do believe, if my math is mathing, which is great. So we're going to get there eventually, and I can't wait till we have actual Jets football, playoffs, wins, all these kind of things to talk about, because we've been doing it from some drafting and crappy perspective. Eventually, they're going to turn this thing around, and I think that turnaround starts this year. The playoffs! So it's going to be great. Boys, great show as always.
BG10K. Here we come.
BG10K.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Appreciate you, brothers. All right. We will see you guys in Nashville, that's for sure, and every weekend here for these Boy Green JWW collabs. Thanks, everybody, and deuces.